lead with his feet. Fighting on the wrong side of the law, of the law. Don't quit, don't fight, don't sleep at night, and shake a leg, shake a leg, shake a leg, shake a leg, yeah. Keeping out of trouble with vines in the back of my face. Kicking ass in this class to tell me you're a damn disgrace. They tell me what to think, and I really don't care. Got a mind of my own, won't get out of my head. Shake a leg, shake your leg, shake a leg. Break the day, shake a leg. Get stuck in, shake a leg, shake a leg. Magazines, wet dreams, dirty women, all the scenes will be. A big lipstick, lipstick, and get some chemistry. Got a gun to grind, trying to keep up insane with you. So stop your grinning and drop your linen for me. I'm shake a leg, shake your leg, shake a leg. Break the day, shake a leg. Get stuck in, shake a leg, shake a leg.
Oh. So I was like trying to sing that and it definitely wasn't coming up on the mic. Nope. So maybe a little bit, maybe a little bit, maybe a little bit, maybe a little bit. Nope. This is the Delta IV Heavy launch coverage, man. Delta IV Heavy is the most metal rocket ever. You know why? Because it lights itself on fire. It's the most metal rocket around. It's not the last one, fortunately, but it's last one from Vandenberg. Here, let me hit you with these laser beams. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? I've had a day. I've had a
Discovery, go at throttle up.
I've had a day. Yeah, Hurricane Ian. And, you know, yeah, I told you they're going to roll back. Why take the chance? That makes no sense. Right? I could have said that. That was before. I said that before NASA even made its decision. But also, if you're named Ian, this is kind of your fault. Okay? Did you have to drywall a bathroom ceiling too? No. No, my day wasn't that bad in Geneva, but yeah. So I'm dog sitting. There's a dog in the house. Don't worry, you'll get to meet him. Your old boss's name is Ian. Yeah, we'll get him out here in a little bit. Yeah, the people who wanted me to babysit the dog over the weekend were like, oh, I'll drop him off at your parents' house. You know, if you're going and getting your tools. I had all my tools packed up in the truck at 11 o'clock in the morning. So I could just drive the truck back here with the dog. Right? Dog didn't come till 3. Show Doggo? I'd have to go get him. Yeah, the dog didn't come till 3, which is why I'm here now. You didn't even post a picture in Discord before. That's not the Doggo's fault. No. How's Rima doing after yesterday? We figured out it was a song, Creeper. It was a fricked up song, but it's a song, yeah. Yeah, so everything is good. Everything is good. All right. I mean, you guys want me to go get the dog? I'll go get the dog. He barks a lot. This guy, he barks. He barks. You can't mention Doggo without showing Doggo. Okay. All right, here. Watch this in the meantime. I will be right back. I'm going to put this on loop because it's amazing. Why can't I hear this? There we go. Enjoy. That's a nice rocket. That's a nice rocket. All right. All right, you guys want to see Doggo? Come here, buddy. Come on, get up here. Oh, look at you. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. See the Doggo? This is Ludo. Ludo. See? Oh, look at him. Oh, he loves you. He loves attention. You got a dog? I'm dog sitting. Yeah, I'm dog sitting for the weekend. Ludo's with me for the weekend. He's with me for the weekend. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Mwah. Hey. He's part pit bull, part Great Dane, and then a couple of other things. He's a rescue. My buddy's dog. So next question, when are you getting a dog? Oh, I don't know. Is this the test run? You know, you're not the first one to say that. But yes, it is. Hey, pal. I've had dogs before, guys. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. There you go. Looks a lot like a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. Yeah. You got to look up there, pal. You want to watch Delta 4 with me? Want to watch Delta 4? Here, ready? See? There's a Delta 4. That's pretty cool, right? You can hear the headphones. Hey, listen. No, not into it, pal? Not into it, huh? Alright, sit down. Sit down, lie down with me. Oh, you're a good boy. Oh, such a good boy. Such a good boy. I'm dog sitting, guys. Because I have the facilities. Big yard. He's the goodest of boys. You are such a good boy. You sit here and chill with me, okay? I went into the house. He was crying. He's a big dog, but he's a pupper. He's a good boy. He's a pupper. Do we have an estimated time? So Delta is scheduled to go off at 5:53. This is the L-91 mission. All right. The stream is up, so let's go. Perfect timing.
Mission director. You have permission to launch.
Push to 625 per space flight now. One Minecraft, dude.
From the United Launch Alliance Delta 4 Heavy rocket.
I don't know. I don't know, bros. We'll figure it out though. All right, let's see.
Good afternoon. I'm Caroline Kirk, a systems engineer at ULA, and your host for today's Delta 4 Heavy NROL-91 launch for the National Reconnaissance Office. I'm joining you here from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California, where liftoff is currently planned for 2:53 p.m. Pacific.
Oh, she's looking pretty.
In addition to watching our webcast, you can also follow live mission progress at ulalaunch.com. Our count is currently in the second of 2 planned holds. At this time, the team is finishing fueling activities. At the request of our customer, we'll end today's live coverage following payload fairing jettison.
This dog, first of all, makes noises
Before we
that
continue,
you've never heard before.
Let's check in on today's weather. The Space Launch Delta 30 forecast is looking good. Here are the numbers. The probability of violating launch constraints is 30%. Ground winds are 10 to 14 knots out of the northwest, and the temperature is 69 degrees Fahrenheit. Visibility is 5 to 7 miles, and the primary concern for today is ground winds.
Ah, nice. The temperature, though. I know, Phil, me too. Oh, look at it. What, dude? So, guys, this is Delta 4's last launch from Vandenberg. That's the last launch that Slick 6 will see for a significant future. It's been launching out of here for 22 years.
Today's launch is for the National Reconnaissance Office, or NRO. The NRO is the leader in developing, acquiring, launching, and operating the nation's intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance satellites to secure and expand America's advantage in space. The NROL-91 mission will strengthen the NRO's ability to provide a wide range of timely intelligence information to the national decision makers, warfighters, and intelligence analysts to protect the nation's vital interest and support humanitarian efforts worldwide.
Any chance Falcon uses this pad? Maybe. Yeah. Put pedal cam on the dog.
866.
Not a bad idea, though.
It's the turbo pump supply valve outlet pressure, CVC.
CBC is common booster core. That's the 3 orange cores. They're called CBCs. It's actually the same architecture across 3 cores. The only difference is one has a nose cone at the front and the other one has an interstage. Blue needs this pad. Well, needs to get this pad. Yeah, John, I'm dog sitting for the weekend. I want to see them be forced doing their thing. Yeah, me too, Shrub. Roof. Yeah, Slick 6, guys, if you're looking at it, it looks like a big freaking launch site for just a Delta 4, right? The reason is because Slick 6 was originally a space shuttle launch pad. They were going to launch the shuttle from the West Coast, then Challenger happened, and then they decided they didn't want to do that anymore. You can literally see the shuttle-shaped building over there with... That was an OPF, and they changed the doors on it for Delta 4 cores instead. You can see the door went up there, and you see the roof is slightly tilted for the shuttle's vertical stabilizer.
And we have a new T0 of 3:25 and 30 seconds Pacific.
Oh.
Let's learn more about this heavy lift rocket, the only rocket capable of launching NROL-91.
I'm not sure. Thomas. You okay
Built
down
in
there, pal?
ULA's 1.6 million square foot production facility in Decatur, Alabama, the Delta 4 Heavy, once fully stacked, stands 233 feet and weighs 1.6 million pounds fully fueled. 3 common booster cores, each powered by an Aerojet Rocketdyne RS-68A engine, form the first stage. The Delta Cryogenic Second Stage, or DCSS, is powered by an Aerojet Rocketdyne RL-10 engine. Both stages are fueled with liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. The payload is encapsulated inside a protected 2-piece composite payload fairing. With production complete, the 3 boosters, second stage, and payload fairing travel from Alabama to Vandenberg on ULA's rocket ship. Once in California, a series of events lead to today's countdown. The process begins with transporting the rocket from the Horizontal Integration Facility to Space Launch Complex 6, where the fixed pad erector raises the rocket onto the launch table. Next, the payload fairing with the spacecraft already encapsulated is lifted and mated to the center booster. Once fully assembled, final preparations take place, starting with moving the Mobile Assembly Shelter, or MAS, back to its launch position. The MAS protects the Delta 4 rocket from the wind and fog, so common to its location here on California's Pacific coast. The launch countdown begins with moving the Mobile Service Tower, or MST. Using 40 hydraulic cylinders at pressures nearing 3,500 psi, the MST is raised 8 inches and rolled back, revealing the Delta 4 launch
MST
vehicle.
is the oldest mobile service tower that we have. It was built in '65. It predates Complex 39.
25 minutes to roll the MST to its launch position, 300 feet east of the rocket. With the MST in its final position, the launch team then transitions to fueling and other final preparations.
Yep. Yeah, I know a lot of those people.
ULA's Delta 4 Heavy will head south from Space Launch Complex 6. Let's take a look at today's flight.
About 45 minutes, S-Master. This is the last one.
To mitigate the fire,
L-91's the last one from Vandenberg. Last Delta 4 from the West Coast.
Staggered engine start sequence begins with ignition of the launch table HBOs.
Yeah,
burning
yes,
off
Airborne,
the
it
excess
is.
hydrogen injected into the flame duct. Next, the starboard Delta 4 Rofi lights, igniting its
It was built for Titan 3, Titan rockets, MT, Gemini MOL. Then that got canceled. And that was built for. Then it was built for the shuttle. They modified it for the shuttle, and then that got canceled, and now Delta 4 uses it.
£1.6 triple-core rocket off the pad. Shortly after liftoff, Delta begins a pitch-over to attain the proper flight path, while minimizing the pressure the vehicle experiences during flight.
Good riddance.
81 seconds into flight, the Delta 4
Delta's
reaches Mach 1,
God-tier
the speed of sound. With propellant depleted in the port and starboard boosters, the engines shut down, and the boosters are jettisoned to shed their weight.
Sweet.
Remaining booster engine then throttles to full power to maximize performance against gravity losses. Once propellant levels deplete in the center booster, the engine shuts down. The Delta 4 separation system then activates to release the first stage. The vehicle now weighs approximately 7% of what it did at liftoff. Then, the Delta cryogenic second stage, or DCSS main engine ignites.
Vulcan's
During
out there
ascent,
today for the launch.
NROL-91
Vulcan's there,
is
Labby's there,
protected
Scott's
inside
there,
5-meter diameter payload
Jack
fairing.
Byers there.
After traveling through the densest
forget who
part
else
of
is
Earth's
there.
atmosphere, the payload fairing is jettisoned.
So,
The Delta 4 cryogenic
you see the
second
DCSS?
stage will carry the payload to its final...
that DCSS, the Delta upper stage, the one that's on top of SLS, is a bigger version of that exact same stage. It's just stretched a little bit. Tim's there too, Alleviate. Yeah, I think you might be right. Yep.
L minus 44.
Okay. Yeah, propellants do be like that. Yep, SLS is Delta 5. SLS is also rolling back to the VAB. I mean, guys, I could have told you that. You don't roll the dice like that. You don't want to roll the dice like that. That's not good rolling the dice with rockets. Yeah, no. Tim isn't there? Where? Tim's at home? We have Tim Dot at home. Tim Dot at home. Wait, what? Oh, neat. Scott is having his wedding anniversary watching the launch. We should be like Scott. We should all be like Scott. Yeah. 895 boy, me Bob. You think SLS is ready for the second? Huh? What? Maybe? I don't know. Wait, I thought it passed lead check. What happened? There's a
With
hurricane
today's
heading
launch,
for it.
It's the end of an era here at Vandenberg Space Force Base. Today's mission is the final West Coast launch of the Delta Heavy rocket. Future ULA missions launching from the West Coast will launch on our new Vulcan rocket, set to make its debut next year. Let's take this time to look back at all the spectacular cliffside launches we experienced from Space Launch Complex 6 here at Vandenberg Space Force Base, California.
It really is a beautiful part of the country. Look at that. We should roll back tomorrow. Supposed to launch shuttles, man. What will launch next from here? I don't know. Vulcan is slip 3. Yeah, no, you're right. Drop the bass! Starship on. dad to your rocket. Dude, it looks so good. It's just a good looking rocket. Can't say it doesn't look. That's just an aesthetic rocket. Look at that. That's what rockets should look like, man. That's just. Look at that. That's a pretty rocket, man. That's how rockets should look. We'll have to wait and see what Vulcan looks like. Yep. Too much orange. One banana. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with Slick 6 after this. I really hope they don't demolish it. Roof. Good man, Cerebral.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Those are cameras, Pythos, but yeah, I totally see it. Tech, Tier 2, 37 months. Hey, man. Is Vulcan ever going to launch from the West Coast anyway? It'll launch from Slick 3, Jazzos, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, there's no need for this pad, just like there's no need for 37B anymore. Right, Rod?
On the rocket, we see mission artwork provided by the NRO. The rocket also includes dedications to teammates who are no longer with us.
I'll tell you in a second, T-Man.
The NROL-91 mission logo
Maybe
was
Ryan.
designed to pay tribute to warfighters, and in particular, the heroism of those that fought World War II, represented by the face of General Anthony McAuliffe. Behind General McAuliffe, we see tanks crossing the Bailey Bridge, symbolizing the ability to overcome and adapt at a moment's notice in the presence of adversity. In the background, a bird of prey represents the strength, endurance, and protective nature inherent in our American warfighters. Along the bottom edge, we read, "Dedicated to the great task remaining." Derived from President Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, this mission is dedicated to protecting our warfighters deployed in harm's way and to the furtherance of that noble cause. Today's mission is also dedicated to ULA employee Don Kurtzy. Don began his career as a pad technician at Vandenberg Space Launch Complex 2, home of the Delta II rocket, in 1998. Don transitioned to Slick 6 when construction began there to support future Delta IV launches. His responsibilities included ground system fabrication, installation, and certification. With Slick 6 fully operational following its first launch in 2006, Don spent the next 14 years supporting launches at all of ULA's launch sites here at Vandenberg, as well as those in Cape Canaveral, Florida. Don will be remembered as a key member of the team and for his concern for his teammates and his community. His genuine kindness towards others, along with his excellent work ethic and expertise,
And great
will be
taste in ice
remembered
cream.
by all who knew him.
Good man. Be like Don. Be like Don. Slick 6 could be used for New Glenn. So you guys wanted to see what this pad was built for. I can actually tee up a picture for you here.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Hey. Silavaris. 10-month resub. Don't mind my resub drive-by. Hope you're doing well. Dodged. I'm doing great. How are you? Here, I'll show you. I have a really, really nice collection of pictures from Vandenberg. You want to see?
Discovery, go
Check
at
this
throttle
out.
up.
Here. How's that? Same pad in 1985. This was supposed to be for a shuttle. They were going to build it for the shuttle, and then Challenger happened, and then they decided not to. But look, same pad. It was pretty easy to move it to Delta IV because the hydrogen commodities are already there. Shuttle's fuel tanks would have been big enough to fuel up a Delta IV Heavy, and they are. So they were like, yeah, we should use that. Yeah. Yep, the umbilical tower is pretty much the same.
With this launch, we are also remembering NRO teammates.
Oh.
Let's listen in to Mission Director Colonel Chad Davis.
This guy's a Chad. Muffin, was that a 5-year resub? Yeah, it was. Jeez, man. Thank you for being a sub this whole time. Really appreciate it. Would have worked well for Venture Star in that way, too. It would have been very good for Venture Star. That's right. I don't think it would have been wide enough, though, man. But also... Could SLS launch from Slick 6? The integration buildings are not nearly tall enough, Ernok. You'd need a shuttle need an assembly building and a service tower double the height. Starship? Guys, Delta 4 is like 220 feet tall. Starship is like 350 feet tall. When is T0? About a half hour. Scam train time. Could SLS use this pad? No. Is this the last Delta 4 Heavy?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
It's the last Delta 4 Heavy from Vandenberg. Yeah. That's why we're talking about Slick 6, because it's the last time this pad is going to get used for a little while. Which sucks. Here's Chad. Can confirm. This is my rocket. Dead random. With a sub, and then Geeson with 7 pun subs for good for 700, man. Jeez. I don't know why you do that, but I do thank you for the support. Vulcan slated for Vandenberg launches. Slick 3 after the JPSS missions, Jim. Are there plans for it? I've heard whispers, Aqualex. I'm not going to say who, why, or what. I've heard whispers, but nothing concrete. This is my rocket. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Why? I never get one. Wait, what? All right. Only Starship without super heavy for some orbital flights toward the Pacific? I mean, maybe. Stranger things, I guess.
L minus 33 minutes. Done.
MD, LC, net 1.
Heavy. Tier 2, 32. Thanks, buddy.
CMD.
MD, I'll turn net 1 over to you for your dedication.
Roger. Today's launch is dedicated to the memory of several NRO teammates. William Preston Kahn devoted his 48-year career in NRO's Office of Space Launch, enhancing our national security launch mission.
Go at throttle up.
Godspeed, Bill.
Thanks, Vasya.
Larry Loveland was a kind soul, friend to many, devoted husband, and proud father. For 29 years, Larry provided dedicated support to the NRO and was an expert in translating mission-critical launch requirements. Loved and missed by all who knew him, Larry is forever in our hearts. Dan McKaylee's 33-year NRO career included tours in multiple directorates where he provided dedicated mission support to the warfighter. Men and women across our nation who were deployed in harm's way returned home safely to their loved ones, thanks to the intelligence delivered by the satellites that Dan kept in mission. For 35 years, Perry Fath went the extra mile to deliver premier mission payload capabilities, providing vital strategic intelligence to the White House and tactical intelligence to deployed warfighters. Perry was a brilliant engineer, laser-focused program manager, and director who believed in a one-team partnership. Though gravely ill, he passionately and selflessly strove to fulfill his lifelong mantra, never compromise the mission. MD out.
Thank you, MD.
Slick 6, Vandenberg Air Force Base, or Space Force Base. Yeah, that's right, Joe. That was me. The VR headset timed out. Don't worry, your Windows thing didn't come unplugged. I have system sounds muted, but Bill Gates doesn't care about that. Ciao. Come stai, Falcon? Yeah, thanks for watching, buddy. They're in a planned hold, guys. They haven't said why. We're about 25.
This is Delta Mission
actually.
Control.
Oh.
Activities are on track to support a new launch time of 3:25:30 p.m. Pacific.
25 past the hour. So.
Yeah, I have three items that we discussed much earlier that I would like to close without briefs to you.
Roger. LD Net 1.
LD on 1.
MD Net 1.
MD.
Proceed, AC.
Okay, first was we had 2 RLM exceedances noted. This was tied to a temperature change in the core engine inlet, and this was attributed to a helium bubble that was passed through the system. We have evaluated that, both the Denver team and R68. We have no concerns with that bubble being there, and it's been passed, and we recommend proceeding on that one.
LC concurs. LD.
LD concurs.
MD.
MD concurs.
Okay, second one was the fill and drain valves on the core and starboard. We had issues with getting them to cycle. We did some discussion on that, and the plan is with the cycles that we did perform at that time, we were confident proceeding with the rest of the count. We will do a standard cycle of them at the new, what would be L-25 minute mark. And assuming that is successful, we will recommend proceeding. We are recommending proceeding based on that.
LC concurs. LD.
LD concurs.
MD.
MD concurs.
Okay, and the last one was also a couple of RLM items. This was tied to the turbine supply valve pressure setting. This was also determined to be a issue with where we were in the countdown versus where RLM was monitoring. So a
Red line monitor.
Go ahead, knock on.
So a condition that was not expected but completely understood. We will recommend proceeding on that one. It was only due to a delay in the count for today.
LC concurs. LD.
LD concurs.
And MD.
MD concurs.
And RLM, LC, that one.
RLM, go ahead.
I just want to verify with you the engine and inlet OTCs, they've all been cleared.
Negative. Was getting ready to do that, and then I could receive the second set of OTCs, 863 and 866.
Okay.
So it interrupted me from clearing them.
Right. Go ahead and clear those, and then after the L25, we'll be able to clear the other 2.
Roger.
I'm dog sitting, guys. That's Ludo. Ludo is a good boy. Talk to drummer, Sebi. He's a good boy. He likes having his butt rubbed. Good pupper. Good pupper. What? 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 You okay?
Delta rockets have launched many of the world's vital space assets. Let's take a look at the impressive legacy of the Delta family of rockets.
Guys, I think he has to go to the bathroom. You gotta go down. You can go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. He's gotta take a Duke.
Though first launched in 1960, Delta's story really begins in the mid-1950s with the development of the Thor Intermediate-Range Ballistic Missile. Named after the Norse god of thunder, Thor was created in response to a growing fear that the Soviet Union would beat the US in the deployment of a long-range ballistic missile. The goal was to design a system that could deliver a nuclear warhead to a target 2,300 miles away, the distance between the United Kingdom and Moscow. On January 25, 1957, the first Thor lifted off from the newly constructed Space Launch Complex 17 at Cape Canaveral. Following a series of early failures, the Thor team celebrated their first success on September 20th, 1957. In all, 59 Thor IRBMs were launched, with the last flight occurring in 1975. Thor began the transition from missile to space launch vehicle in 1958. On October 11, 1958, America's newly formed space agency marked its inaugural launch when Thor Able boosted NASA's Pioneer 1 on a mission to the moon, and NASA's long partnership with Thor was born. NASA and the Douglas Aircraft Company began development of the fourth and longest-lasting Thor configuration in April 1959. Using a Thor first stage and a Vanguard second and third stage, Delta I lifted off on May 13, 1960 from Cape Canaveral Space Launch Complex 17. Though its first launch was not successful, the Delta team quickly pinpointed the failure. 3 months later, delivered NASA's Echo 1 communications satellite to orbit. Following Echo 1, the Delta team racked up an impressive 22 successful launches. Led by Bill Schindler, the Delta rocket earned its industry workhorse moniker for rapidly establishing itself as one of the most reliable and versatile launchers. During the 1960s, Delta launch vehicles paved the way for the burgeoning communications industry, launched America's first weather satellites, and sent probes to explore our universe. AT&T's Telstar 1, the first commercial communications satellite, launched in 1962, and in 1963, SYNCOM-2 became the world's first geosynchronous satellite. TIROS, or Television Infrared Observation Satellites, provided the National Weather Service with humans' first view of the Earth's cloud cover. In orbit around the Earth, Moon, and Sun, NASA's Explorer satellites provided us with a deeper understanding of the solar wind, cosmic rays, as well as Earth's magnetic field and radiation belts. By the end of the decade, launch vehicle modifications, including the addition of solid rocket motors and an upgraded third stage, made it possible for Delta to orbit satellites 10 times larger. The 1970s was an international decade for Delta, as the manifest included scientific and communication satellites for several countries across North America, Europe, and Asia. Perhaps the most demanding challenge of the 1970s was the launch of the Earth-imaging Earth Resources Technology Satellite, later known as Landsat. The mission for the Earth sciences community required major changes to the Delta propulsion and guidance systems. During the 1980s, Delta continued its reliable service to the communications, weather, and Earth imaging communities. As capable as the Delta rocket proved to be, production came to a halt in the early 80s when national space policy dictated that the space shuttle be used as the U.S.'s primary launcher, signaling the end of the expendable launch vehicle. But in 1987, the Delta team picked up where they left off, and development began on a launch vehicle to support the Air Force's Global Positioning System. On February 14, 1989, Delta 184 began a new chapter in space launch history as it lifted off from Space Launch Complex 17, demonstrating an incredible feat. The Delta II had gone from development to launch in just 2 years. To accommodate the larger GPS satellites, engineers improved the Delta rocket in several ways. The fuel tanks were stretched, a new payload fairing was developed, and larger solid rocket motors were incorporated. The modifications resulted in increased performance and flexibility. By the mid-1990s, the Delta II had delivered the fully operational 24-satellite GPS constellation. And though it was developed for the Air Force, Delta again became a reliable partner to both NASA and its commercial customers. Over the course of its more than 20-year run, the Delta II has launched some of America's best-known scientific and exploration missions.
+4, 3, 2, we have main engine start. 0 and liftoff of the Stardust spacecraft. Liftoff of the Delta II rocket carrying the Spirit from Earth to planet Mars.
Liftoff of the Delta II with Grail. Journey to the center of the moon.
One of the best launch commentators around.
On the commercial side, Delta II launched the Global Star and Iridium constellations, which brought satellite telephone communication to the world, continuing its evolution.
Guys, Delta II. Oh, Delta III. We don't talk about Delta III, but
developed the more powerful Delta III. Though short-lived, the Delta III doubled the performance of the Delta II.
Ignition and liftoff of the Boeing Delta III.
So the cool thing about Delta III is that the bottom of it is Delta II derived, and the top of it is actually a Delta IV upper stage.
And all 6 ground.
But Oh, they didn't show the part
In
where it
partnership
didn't
with the
work.
Air Force's Evolved Expendable Launch Vehicle program, the Delta team began development of the next generation Delta rocket in the mid-1990s.
And we have liftoff of the first Boeing Delta IV rocket carrying the W5 telecommunications satellite for Eutelsat France.
All Delta IV configurations begin with the common booster core, powered by the RS-68A main engine.
Look at how big that thing is.
The Delta IV Heavy,
Big
with its
rocket.
3 common booster cores, deliver our nation's largest missions to orbit.
Liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV Heavy rocket carrying the NROL-92 mission for the National Reconnaissance Office.
Delta IV launch vehicles are produced at a 1.5 million square foot state-of-the-art facility in Decatur, Alabama. Processing and launch takes place at Space Launch Complex 37 at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station and Space Launch Complex 6 at Vandenberg Air Force Base in California.
Range safety arm light on. Affirmative. Range ready. Ready. Water system ready.
From its early beginnings as a weapon and deterrent, through its transformation into a space launch vehicle, Delta has reliably supported our nation for more than 60 years.
No, I don't think
Delta's legacy as a workhorse continues today and is a testament to the persistence, dedication, and commitment of an enterprising team that has continually evolved the Delta rocket to support a changing world.
Yeah, Delta IV is the last one.
5.
But see, if they're going to call Delta III, which has a Delta IV upper stage on top of it, a Delta rocket, and then call Delta IV, which doesn't have anything in common with the original Thor missile, a Delta rocket, if SLS has a DCSS-derived upper stage, it has the Delta IV upper stage on top of it. So, I personally will call SLS Delta V. Personally, I think that's a Delta V. The ICPS upper stage and the RL-10B is very clearly in prior Delta nomenclature. Calling it a different version of the rocket with the same upper stage is what the Delta naming convention has done. The Thor missile, Delta II, Delta III. They all had different upper stages, but they all changed the name. So guess what? SLS has a similar upper stage. Delta V. Delta V Heavy. Yes! Delta V Heavy. It's Delta V to me. Screw it. We're keeping the Delta name going. In my mind. I don't care what NASA can call it Mega Moon Rocket all they want to. It's Delta V. Yep. Yeah, that's Vulcan. Toll roads. Toll road, brother.
Assembled and joined together.
Roll toads.
Friction stir welding.
Rainbow Road.
Traditional welding, where filler
No.
material is used to join
No, it's got to be your bowl.
friction stir welding uses a head to stir the metal of the two panels
if they show
together
the stir
as it
welder.
moves down the seam. The resulting joint is stronger and produces a lighter weight,
SLS
higher
Block
performing
1B is
tank.
Delta 6.
The process is repeated to create
Well, Block
the liquid
1B would be
oxygen
Delta
or
6 Heavy.
LOX tank,
Or
followed
Delta
by
5 Heavy.
attaching domes to
That's what I'm
complete
going to
the
call it,
tanks.
Reagan. I refuse to acknowledge that the Delta name is no longer
then
being
used
used.
to join the two propellant tanks that comprise the Vulcan booster. As production continues on the booster stage,
Look at, watch the stainless.
stretch-forming
Ready?
gore panels for the Centaur's second stage propellant
That's how they make
tanks
Centaur
is
stages.
underway.
Like plastic
The
wrap,
stainless steel
but with
gore
stainless
panels
steel.
are welded together
Isn't that cool?
to create the propellant tank
See if they
domes.
show the spot
gore
welding,
welder
Jake.
is
Look,
one
look,
of
look, look,
several
look.
highly specialized welding stations in the Centaur production process.
Oh, that's
Just
so
down the
cool,
aisle,
man.
Centaur 5's
Centaur,
massive
baby.
intermediate bulkhead is mated to its ultra-thin tank. Once both propellant tanks are welded, they're
Downcomer
mated together
installation.
to create the Centaur 5 second stage.
Hey, Ismic.
Once the propellant tanks are joined, the 5.4 meter
nice.
booster is sprayed with foam insulation before moving to final assembly. Twin BE4 engines are hot fired and then mated to Vulcan's thrust structure. With production complete, the booster makes its way onto ULA's
Look at how
rocket
big
ship
that
for its
frickin' Vulcan
journey to the
booster
launch
is.
site. Meanwhile, at Cape Canaveral's Space Launch Complex
I have
41,
Aqualex, yeah.
the water suppression system has been upgraded and
Delta
tested
5 medium.
along with
It's
other
Delta 4 medium, you
modifications,
still use salt.
including
Yep,
new,
that's right.
larger
That's right.
fuel
It's
storage
Delta 5
tanks.
medium. Yep.
In the Vertical Integration
Yep.
Facility, or VIF,
I'm good with that.
platforms have been modified to accommodate the larger Vulcan rocket. Following the 8-day journey to Cape Canaveral,
What's
the
blurred out?
booster is
None, yo?
offloaded and transported to the VIF, where it is lifted onto the newly constructed Vulcan Launch Platform, or VLP. The first Vulcan booster then travels a third of a mile to the pad for testing, followed by 2.7 miles to the Spaceflight Processing Operations Center, or SPOC, for additional testing.
Yep.
This launch site testing
Delta 5
culminates with
medium.
another trip to the
Yep.
pad.
Delta 5 medium,
The LOX
5.2.
and LNG tanks will be filled
We're
and
calling
chilled
it
to
that
flight
from now
levels
on,
and
guys.
temperatures.
We're calling it that from now on. That's the name. I'm dog sitting. I only have them for the weekend, Squall. Yeah. But anyway, we're about 15 minutes out from the L-91 launch. L-91 is a satellite for the National Reconnaissance Office. It's launching out of Vandenberg Space Force Base in California.
LC LOX 2.
LOX 2.
At this time, second stage LOX is ready for terminal count.
Roger. OS, LC.
Yeah.
Go, Elsie.
First step 1170 OM, perform vulnerable data transfer to
dog.
backup CCLS.
Soon.
Roger.
Okay, John. Yep, this is the 10th launch of a Delta IV rocket from Slick 6 and ULA's 32nd for the National Reconnaissance Office. Yep. This is the last Delta launch from the West Coast. There's 2 Delta IV Heavies left, but they're launching from the Cape.
Last month,
Yeah,
ULA
Dish, I mean, it makes
successfully
sense.
launched
It makes
Cygnus
sense in my
GEO-6
mind.
for the Space Force. Let's take a look at the highlights from that mission.
It makes sense. SLS is Delta 5. I'm just calling it Delta 5 from now on.
OSM, place SRB ignition SNA switch in the enable position.
SRB ignition enabled.
Redline monitor, verify redline monitor, and event table are in the correct configuration for terminal count.
Verified.
Yeah, Buck, I'm not
RC
sure what
verifies
it's
solar
going to
radiation
do.
acceptable for launch.
Verified.
Securing Centaur LH2.
It's not going to go to Vulcan.
LO2. Launch enabled.
FPSR. OCUs on.
Why do they need such a big rocket? Hydrogen adenosine is the enemy.
Range green.
Status check.
Go, Atlas. Go, Centaur.
Go Zippers.
3, 2, 1. We have ignition and liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Atlas V
Heyo.
rocket carrying Sivers GEO-6 for the United States Space Force.
Oh, look at that camera. Oh, that camera's mint.
Vehicles clear the tower and is beginning to pitch out maneuvers. Passing 50 seconds of flight, Mach 1, Atlas 5 is now supersonic. Vehicle is now passing through max view, maximum dynamic pressure. And we have indication of jettison of both SRBs.
T-tab flecking. Triethyl aluminum and triethyl boron. Oh.
And we have good indication of payload bearing jettison.
The beginning of the launcher with some green. Is green sometimes good? Airbunus, those are pyrophoric igniter fluids on Atlas V. Pyrophoric igniter fluids.
12 minutes.
12 minutes. The ones that...
MEQ, LC.
Go.
Initiate retract data logger just prior to the...
The ones that Atlas V uses is triethyl aluminum and triethyl borane, so TEA, TEB, or they call it T-tab. Yeah, they basically spray those in a little cartridge, right? They spray them into each other, and when they mix and then combine with any type of oxygen, they explode. Pyrophoric, right? And that's what spins the turbopumps. That's how they get the turbopump spinning. Yeah. Yeah, Falcon 9 does the same thing, believe it or not. Now, this one, no, the Delta 4 does not do that. Delta 4 has that. I think those RS-68s have a spark igniter. Either that or it's a torch igniter. It's one or the other. Yeah, I know, Forge. So it's a spark igniter. Yeah, the radio outward firing igniter, Jam. That's right. You're correct. Yeah, I remember now. Fog is going away so the press can get some nice images. Sweet. Roof. Should be just about 10 minutes out, give or take, right now. They're targeting 25 past the hour. It's 15 past the hour right now, so got about 10 minutes here.
LC-1 AC.
Go AC.
Okay, we did troubleshoot the fill and drain valve. We cycled them 10 times. We're in good condition. We recommend proceeding.
LC concurs. Proceeding with count.
Okay.
All communications switch to channel 1. All personnel and visitors remain in present position until launch. Maintain operational silence in the LCC. L-minus 10 minutes.
RC, verify solar radiation limits acceptable for launch.
Verified.
Terminal count briefing. If a condition exceeds a launch constraint any time after the terminal count status check,
Open cycle with
the
the blade
observer
nozzle
shall now
just more
hold,
or less
hold,
big,
hold
yeah.
on channel 1, identify their station, and briefly state the reason for the hold. OS, flight control, perform launch on time verification.
Roger.
The white stripes.
OSM, verify
it's
the whole fire switch is in the proceed position.
Autogenous pressurization, Hokie.
Ready
and
to
then the
proceed.
locks down cover.
RLM, verify the red line monitor and vent table are in the correct...
Delta 4 is derived from the space shuttle, guys. That's why you see the orange foam and stuff. Even the R-68s. The R-68s are derived from shuttle engines. These are basically little tiny external tanks. They're 5-meter external tanks. They're very similar. Very similar. It has all the same paraphernalia coming out the side. You have a raceway. You have your locks down cover. And then you have a and then the pressurization lines, right? And then you have there's an interstage here. The interstage doesn't have SRBs attached to the sides. But they got one big boom boom that goes out at the bottom.
Delta 4 Heavy in flight. To get a closer look at this visibility map, check out at ulalaunch.com on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
For the tanks meet. Oh, struts. Those are just struts. Struts that hold the booster together. Yeah, those are just struts that hold the skirts of the booster, the forward skirt. So the nose cone in this case on the CBCs on the sides. Port and starboard would be those would be the forward skirt on the LOX tank here, and it holds it to the interstage. Those are not the structural struts. Those are kind of just keep it in place. The big strut
minus 8 minutes.
The big strut that holds it together is in the center. I don't know, Katra. Port and starboard.
This is Delta Mission Control at T-minus 4 minutes and holding. We remain in the planned hold as launch preparations continue. In a few moments, Launch Conductor Scott Barney will poll the launch team for the final go to pick up the count. 27 engineers and managers are polled for system status and readiness to proceed. This is the final status check before launch for all Delta vehicle systems, ground systems, the spacecraft, and the U.S. Space Force Western Range. The vehicle system readiness poll includes electrical systems, hydraulics, pneumatics, propulsion systems, flight control, and propellants. Let's listen in as Scott Barney performs the final polling of the launch team.
Status check to proceed with terminal count. First stage systems, propulsion. Go. Hydraulics.
Go.
LOX.
Go.
LH2.
Go.
Second stage systems, LOX.
Go.
LH2.
Go.
Electrical systems, airborne.
Go.
Ground.
Go.
Facility.
Go.
RFFTS.
Go.
Flight control.
Go.
COM.
Go.
GC Cube.
Go.
Operation support.
Go.
Pneumatics.
Go.
Umbilicals.
Go.
HASGAS.
Go.
ECS.
Go.
Red line monitor.
Go.
Quality.
Go.
Ops safety manager.
Go.
ULA safety officer.
Go.
Vehicle system engineer.
Go.
Anomaly chief.
Go.
Range coordinator.
Clear to proceed.
Launch director.
Launch vehicle is ready to launch.
Here we go.
Mission director.
You have permission to launch.
Here we go.
Proceeding with the count. ALC, verified T0 is set for 22:25:30 Zulu.
Verified.
Minus 6 minutes.
Establishment unlock and full.
Okay, they're going to get the booster ready. I'm just going to fast forward and make sure we're all caught up. What is hazardous gas? HASGAS alleviate is gaseous hydrogen. Yeah, that's the name for it. It's called the same on SLS, by the way. Yeah.
HBOs are ignited at the base of the vehicle to burn off excess hydrogen. At T-minus 7 seconds, the starboard CBC engine is ignited. At T-minus 5 seconds, the port and center CBC engines are ignited. Then, after seeing the Delta IV Heavy lift off, you'll begin hearing flight commentator Rob Kesselman providing launch vehicle ascent data.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Yeah, so Saturn 1B is the most Kerbal rocket. It's literally made out of spare rocket parts. They were made out of the tooling left over from Jupiter and Juno boosters. Saturn 1B is the most Kerbal rocket around. Why do they stagger the ignition of the engine? It helps mitigate the huge freaking fireball that happens, Patton, when they go to start the engines. Guys, Delta IV is using those RS-68s. The RS-68s are an open cycle engine, meaning that when you go to start the engine up,
this is Delta Mission
Control. It's spewing gaseous hydrogen out the sides. See this thing right there? It's spewing gaseous hydrogen and gaseous oxygen out the sides, and that makes a gigantic honking fireball.
The countdown clock has resumed, and we are go for launch at 3:25 and 30 seconds
to make
Pacific.
Sure the fireball doesn't cook
With
the
liftoff
booster.
approaching, we're going to raise the volume on our launch team so you can hear the final preps taking place.
Thank you. Velox, what's up? I'll just give the preemptive headphone users here. Yeah, Hokey, pretty much. Yep.
307.
I don't think the R68 has any more customers, dudes. It's a shame. It's a shame, because this is really, really awesome technology. What payload is this? I don't know. It's the National Reconnaissance Office payload, Velox. It's by satellite.
249. FPS internal.
Flight termination system is on internal power. Delta has those batteries like SLS on board to make sure things can be terminated if needed.
CBC locks at flight pressure and flight level.
Common booster core is pressed for flight. We are inside of 2 minutes here. I don't know.
CBC LH2 at flight pressure and flight level. 2 minutes. 159.
Vehicle internal.
Hydraulic pressure at 4,000. 155.
Launch sequencer start.
Okay. Delta's onboard computers have primary control. All critical functions.
140.
Hydrogen guy reported that
SDS launch enabled.
137.
Hydrogen tanks are pressed for flight. Flight termination system is on. It's completely expendable, Patton. We ain't seeing this one again.
FTS arm.
T-minus 90 seconds. The launch vehicle, payload, ground systems, and Western Range are go for launch.
120.
OCU's arm.
FCS count started.
Flight termination system counter is synced to Delta 4's counter now. Maybe Aqualex, who knows? If there's a market for it, they'll make more.
1 minute.
Engine Starbucks, go.
1 minute.
Rock, report range status.
Rock, range green.
Roger.
Range operation coordinator
50.
reported green. Stand by for final status check from the mission director.
Second stage LH2 secure at flight level.
Okay, stage 2 is pressed for flight.
30.
Status check.
Go Delta.
Go NROL-91.
T-minus 20 seconds.
14.5.
Never mind, 14.5.
Rough ignition.
10. Booster start.
T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Got a good light.
Ignition. 2, 1.
Fly, baby, fly.
And liftoff of the last West Coast United Launch Alliance Delta IV Heavy rocket carrying NROL-91 for the National Reconnaissance Office.
Vehicle has now begun the pitchover maneuver.
Fly, baby, fly.
All 3 RS-68 engines look good at this time.
You should be throttling down the center of the booster here.
The core booster is now throttling down to the partial thrust level.
Okay, partial thrust on the RS-68. Very good. You can actually...
And that core booster
We're
has now
hearing the
reached
voice
the
of
desired
Rob
partial
Kesselman
thrust.
providing launch vehicle ascent data.
Engine parameters continue to look good.
A little bit of hydrogen gas is getting sucked up in the low pressure areas behind the rocket. That's what the flames are. Guys.
Vehicle is now 3 miles in altitude, 5 miles downrange distance,
supposed
traveling
to do
at a
that.
velocity of 1,000 miles per hour.
Well, look, guys, did you see? Look, see how the outer engines they're making a lot more light? They're flaring the lens a lot more than the center engine because the center engine throttled down to be able to drain fuel slower than the outer boosters. So
Engine parameters continue to look good at this time.
outer boosters are going to run out of fuel first.
Vehicle is now passing through max Q, maximum dynamic pressure.
Oh.
Mach 1. Delta 4 is now supersonic.
That center engine's kind of spitting a little bit. It could be the ablator on the nozzle.
Port,
Oh my.
starboard, and center RS-68 engine parameters are within the expected operating parameters right now.
What a good looking rocket. Yeah, see the center strut right there, Hokie? See? Those ones are just to make sure the things don't wobble around. That's the center structural piece right there. That center engine is spitting a little bit, but once again...
The second stage reaction control system pressurization valve has opened.
Once again, that's just... It has an ablative nozzle. The nozzle's on RS-68.
Delta 4 now 130 seconds into flight, flying at an altitude of 19 miles, downrange distance of 14 miles.
The nozzles are literally made out of heat shield. They make the heat shields out of nozzles. The nozzles.
Delta 4 has gone closed loop guidance.
Oh, there's the rollover.
Vehicle body rates are as expected.
You can see Santa Barbara down there on the left. So the nozzles ablate. So if you see them spitting like that, it's okay. It's
3
not a
minutes
problem.
remaining in the booster phase of flight.
Yeah, look at that rocket. It's orienting itself on closed loop guidance, which is just...
Delta 4 rocket weighs now just one
Just
half of what it did at launch,
damn
burning
impressive
propellants
right
at a
there.
rate of almost 5,000 pounds per second. 1 minute until port and starboard booster engine cutoff.
You'll see it, Nuggety, yeah. Yeah. How do you know that was Santa Barbara?
And all 3 RS-68 engines are showing good performance at this time.
It's actually kind of north of Santa Barbara, up where PCH takes a right, because it goes around Vandenberg and goes to Lompoc. Yeah, it's just a little bit north, but I know that coast anywhere, man.
Vehicle body rates are near zero. 30
it's going
seconds
south.
remaining now until the port and starboard booster engines cut off.
Yeah, GB. Mm-hmm.
And 2 minutes remain in booster phase of flight. 2 minutes remaining until BECO. Strap-on boosters are now throttling down to the partial thrust level.
Okay, throttling back for...
Engine response looks good.
Good shutdown of the outer booster engines here. There is, John.
Strap-on booster cutoff. And strap-on separation. The center core RS-68A is now throttling back up to the high power level.
What a shot. Oh, that was sick. That's so cool. Look at it pitch up. Look at it pitch up. So, actually really cool here. You're wondering, wait, how's that thing rolling? It has one engine. How is it rolling? They use the exhaust from the RS-68s, dudes. They use the exhaust. There is a vector
control
control
The upper stage lock system has begun the boost phase chill down sequence to begin thermal conditioning of the RL-10 engine.
On the exhaust, there's a vectored control system there that can steer
1 minute
it.
remaining in the booster
vernier
phase of
thruster,
flight.
the exhaust from the turbo pump. That's how they can roll a single core booster with one engine. I'm telling you, man, Delta's the.
And now the upper stage
awesome.
fuel system has
to
begun the
swear
boost phase
right
shutdown
there.
sequence.
It's a vernier engine creeper, yeah. I'm about 300 miles north and I see the trail. Perfect. Yeah, no, there's a guy putting his hand out the window, obviously. The R68 is an open cycle engine short line, and they use the
core engine chamber pressure continues to look good at this time.
They use the open cycle to steer it in single core configuration like this. Dude, this thing it's a really cool piece of kit, man. I'm gonna miss Delta so much. I love it. It's such a good rocket. This rocket could go to the moon. It depends on the payload. It could go to the moon with
core
a small
booster is now throttling down in
small
preparation
payload.
for BECO.
Chatterbox, you got to intern for ULA over the summer and worked on this
And
mission.
we have
Such an
BECO
amazing
booster
rocket.
engine cutoff.
Okay. Stand by for separation. It doesn't look like we got a picture. Maybe we'll
And we
see.
have stage separation.
Come on.
Successful separation of the first and second stages.
Come on, Tori. Give us a picture.
We're seeing the nozzle deployment begin on the upper stage engine.
Expander nozzle! Yeah! RL-10B! Oh, that thing is sick. Did you see the nozzle actually, it expands out the bottom. It's so cool. It's on a little screw jack. There's 3 screw jacks and the nozzle goes, and it goes out the back.
Ignition
what a
on GCSF.
picture! Yes! Thank you, Tori Bruno. Yes! That was awesome. Did you see the fairing wiggles? The fairing did the little wigglies out there?
This is Delta Mission Control at T plus 6 minutes and 30 seconds. We just heard flight commentator Rob Kesselman confirm the successful completion of the early phase of today's flight, and all systems continue to operate nominally.
That man
At this
is
time,
playing
we'll end
Galaga
our live
on his
coverage.
phone.
For more information about the Delta IV Heavy rocket, please visit ulalaunch.com or join the conversation on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Caroline Kirk. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. And before we leave you, let's take another look at the final West Coast Delta IV Heavy launch.
Yes, Caroline, let's do that.
Trophy ignition.
10.
Tester start.
Now, the open cycle spews hydrogen everywhere, so that's why you get that big fireball. Look at this thing.
5, 4, we have ignition, 2, 1, and liftoff of the last West Coast United Launch Alliance Delta IV Heavy rocket carrying NROL-91 for the National Reconnaissance Office.
That's nice. Yes,
Vehicle has now begun the pitchover maneuver.
Oh, I love
All
that
3
rocket so
RS-68
much.
engines look good at this time.
Yep, fully expendable, Pop. They'll burn up. Because you guys got to remember, these things, because Delta is hydrogen, right? Delta's using hydrogen. Those engines burn super freaking efficiently. They burn so dang efficient that, I mean, they'll go way further than like a Kerolox stage. Even the side boosters. That center core is going to separate, I don't know, probably about, I mean, it separated like what, 6 minutes into the mission? That's a long time. It's going to burn up. At that speed, it'll burn up. Yeah. That's right, RJ. Yep. And guys, if you didn't get enough rocket launches today, that was ULA with Delta IV, the Delta IV Heavy, the last Delta IV Heavy to launch from Vandenberg, which sucks. But if you guys didn't get enough launches, guess what? There's a Starlink teed up at Cape Canaveral. Should be launching in less than an hour. Why did the 2 support bars have spots on them once it got to space, like chipped paint? Aerodynamic pressure can rip the paint right off, Tweets, to be honest with you. Yep, being spoiled today, yep. The next ULA launch is Launch 154. Nice. Can I just want to watch it again. Watch that one more time while we're still here. Just can we just yeah. Just oh.
2, 1, and liftoff of the last West Coast United Launch Alliance Delta IV Heavy rocket carrying NROL-91 for the National Reconnaissance Office.
Vehicle has now begun the pitchover maneuver.
Last launch from Slick 6 for a while.
All 3 RS-68 engines look good at this time.
Oh, nice, Serious. There you go. Yep. It's a shame, guys. So I was going to say this when they were showing the Delta footage. Guys, in the wake of the Challenger disaster, they restarted making expendable launch vehicles, right? And I mean, Delta 2 and then Delta 4 at the time, those were like, people were looking at those and saying like, wow, these are so much less expensive. They're so much less expensive. Delta 2 back in the day was like what we look at Falcon 9 now. It was like the new hotness, man. I remember seeing those launches when I was really, really young. like really young. Like not seeing them in person. You watched them on NASA TV. That's how you used to do it. When NASA TV was on basic cable. And cable was the only thing. I'm old. All right. Let's change the subject. But anyway, yeah, Delta. It's kind of sad because I remember when Deltas were brand new, like especially Delta 4. This thing was really designed to be really low cost for what it is. It's a shuttle derived thing that's actually pretty dang low cost for what it is. And it's just it's kind of sad to see it go. But there is still 2 more Delta Heavies left, so Slick 37B has 2 more launches. So there is, that's not the last one, but it's almost the last one. What's Ludo doing? He's lying down. He's underneath just lying down. He's right below me. It's not pedal cam today, it's doggo cam. Oh, yeah, Everest. I don't have a dog, guys. I'm dog sitting, okay? We're just dog sitting today. It's part of the reason why I was late. Dog cam. So, yeah, we got a Starlink launch happening very soon. A show popper. All right. Fine. He's just doing popper things. That's also my foot. There he is. Hey, pal. Ludo. Oh, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. All right, lie down. Lie down, pal. He's just being a sleepy pupper. We ran around a lot today. So, we do have a Falcon launch happening. And yeah, that's what's next up on tap. Yeah, he's the best boy. Yep. Can we pretty please watch a shuttle launch replay? You've just legally agreed to get a dog, by the way. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, it's gonna suck seeing RS-68s go. That's a really nice piece of technology for what it is. It's about as simple as you can make a hydrogen motor. And if you're wondering why the nozzle on those things looks so weird, it's heat shield. They literally make it out of an ablator. It's heat shield. That was one of the ways that they figured out to make these things low cost. You don't have a nozzle that circulates hydrogen through it, for instance, like the shuttle engine. It's just a heat shield. Just a heat shield in the shape of a nozzle. What's the case for junking it? Old. Vulcan is going to replace it. B4s will replace that. Yep. Hey, Whitney, thank you for the raid. Atlas and Delta are on their way out, dudes. Yep. That could be on SLS right now, too. It should be on SLS, RJ. Yeah, SLS should have 4 RS-68s down there instead of shuttle motors. But it is what it is. This is now a French stream. Resistance is futile. Whitney, thank you very much for the raid. Merci beaucoup. I do appreciate it. I don't know, Rex. I'm not sure.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
So, people that are from France, I have a question. You care to explain this? Why your ambulances sound like that? That's a little weird. Bienvenue. Welcome to my world. Where did you find that sound? Nowhere. But anyway, merci. Thank you very much for the raid, Whitney. I do appreciate it. Did you enjoy the Delta launch? I enjoyed the Delta launch. I got my ULA shirt all ready to go here. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for the raid. I do appreciate it. Did I miss the launch? You missed a launch. We got a Starlink launch happening very soon. Starlink is let's check the list. Yep. 7:32. So less than an hour. We got another Starlink launch. So I'm gonna change up the title here to the Space and Rocket Review. Anyways, if you guys don't know Space Explorer W or Whitney, Whitney, she does exactly what I do, but in French. We are both space nutcases. You want to go give her a follow? Do it. Trust me. You won't be sorry. Whitney, thank you very much for the raid. Thank you for putting up with my terrible French. Literally pardon my French. That's not funny. It's not funny at all. It's terrible. Pardon my French. All right, I'm gonna stop. Touche. Anyway, that is so bad. Take me, God, I'm ready. C'est natural. What? That's easy but funny. Yeah, low hanging fruit. Sorry. Anyway, sorry, I was just hyped up from that Delta launch. Your French is in the kitchen? Excuse me. All right, we're back. Ugh. That just really confused the dog. Oh, you stretching? You stretching, doggy? You stretchy doggy? Come here. Come on up here. Come on up here. Get up here. Come on. Come on, get up here. He's like, nah, I'm going back. I'm sitting down back under here. It's cozy under your desk. That's literally his tail hitting the table. See, laugh. Who's a good boy? He's a good pupper. You're a good pupper. You want to hear how good our fire trucks sound? Let's see. New house, new shop, needs a dog. SpaceX Audio just went live. We will bring up the control loops here for SpaceX. In the meantime, we will talk about, you guessed it, space and rockets. Oh man, didn't see that one coming, did you? Surprise, chat. I bet you didn't see that one coming, did you? If you had told us the truth, we would have told you to jam that Max Q right up your rocket. What are you doing, pal? What are you doing, buddy? Sit down. Anyway. Doggo. Where are you going? Oh, you want to sit down? Oh, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. He's a good boy. This is a train enthusiast channel. This is outrageous. Sorry. Let me bring up the control loop. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm really happy. Guys, I just want to point out for the record, we literally just saw a Delta 4 launch on the first try. You got a dog? I'm dog sitting for the weekend. Dog sitting for the weekend. Yep. Yeah, a Delta 4. No, this channel is about only a shh. He's my guest doggo. And he's licking. Hey, no grundle. Hey! Hey! No grundle! What are you doing? Why would you do that? Anyway, how was the launch? Amazing. A Delta 4 launched on time on the first try, and it made a really, really awesome fireball, and it made me really happy. Wouldn't you if you could? Subject change. Tropical Depression number 9 has officially been deemed a hurricane by experts. Experts agree. 9 doctors out of 10 agree that it is a hurricane. So, it's become Hurricane Ian, and it is heading towards the Cape. Not good. NASA's going to roll back. They're going to roll back SLS. So, Tuesday's off the table, dudes. What'd you say, Everest? I don't know, maybe. 2020, guess what I finally did last night? I watched Infinity War. Was with family, but they took 4 years too long. Is Ian heading for your house? No, different Cape. I'm about 1,000 miles away from that. Going to blow SLS away. No, NASA has chosen to roll back. I could have told you that was happening. Don't screw around with the weather. If it's three things my old man used to tell me. Never screw with Mother Nature, mother-in-laws, or mother freaking Ukrainians, man. Or hurricanes either. Bad. Sorry. Quotes from a movie. So, yeah, don't screw with the weather. They're going to roll back, and that gives them time to change the batteries. They can change the flight termination batteries, and it's going to go when it's going to go. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Mr. Pineapples. Wait, what? Mr. Pineapples. Oh, yeah, that's right. Should we tweet at Ian and be like, Ian, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Turn left. What's wrong with you? I'll tweet at Ian. Why? Why are you doing this? Oh, boy. You okay, pal? Oh, he's stretching. Are we going to have people on the moon in 2024? Around the moon in 2024. Probably. What was that thing about SLS springing a leak? It's always going to leak. Flowing hydrogen leaks. I do not leak. You leak. It was the rate of leak, but they fixed it. They fixed the seal. They changed it, and they put a new one in. Literally, the seal that connects the fuel line to SLS was leaking, but it's supposed to leak. It's supposed to leak a little bit. You're never going to get a perfect seal when you're flowing liquid hydrogen. So it was just leaking too much because they couldn't get the seal to contract correctly around the taper. The fuel line has it's like a taper. The end of the fuel line on the 8-inch QD, or the 8-inch of the tail surface mass carrier umbilical plate is kind of tapered. And then they have a seal, right? And they have to get the seal to contract correctly around the cone. And if it doesn't seat right, because it's going to contract because you're flowing liquid hydrogen. If it's not going to seat right, and when it seats right, then you're good to go. They couldn't get it to seat correctly, and then they took it out. They took one out on the pad, and they figured out it was pinched. Seriously, they pinched a gasket. That happens. That happens. That happens all the time with cars. No big deal. So they swapped it out, used the new seal, and it's seated correctly. They did a tanking test the other day, and they got SLS 100% working right in time for a hurricane. Okay. Rhino, thanks for the 13 months. Grab Shark, I've had dogs before. The last dog I had croaked right when the stream got big, actually. Yeah, it was the day. It's March 13, 2013. Yeah. Nice. What would be more metal than launching a rocket into a hurricane? The mission succeeding. Did they call the Flex Seal guy? I think he tweeted about it. Yeah. What about that other leak higher up on the SLS with a crack in the cell 5? They said it was no big deal. What is it going to do? Fall off and hit the orbiter? Fine, don't worry about it. Buddy of mine is at KFC at the moment. Check Discord for sauce. Give me the sauce, fool. Well. I'm not going to not show this. Yeah, that's the new pavilion at Kennedy Space Center Visitors. We called it. It's being brought back. Yeah, it's the right move. It's the right thing to do, Chief. Yeah. If they didn't have bad luck, they would have no luck at all. Yeah, Hellfish, but once again, I'll say it once, I'll say it again. All this is going to do is give them more data on ground operations for SLS, which will make SLS they'll be able to streamline ground operations better. Don't get me wrong. Am I trying to spin the hurricane? Spin the hurricane. Pardon my French. Am I trying to spin this as a positive? Yeah, a little bit. But this is more data on ground operations and handling. It'll make streamlining SLS operations like, you know, from in the future for like Artemis 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, blah 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 blah. It'll make ground operations easier because you're gonna get way more data here than you ever planned on. You're gonna get good data on, you know, hurricanes and their effects on the pad and everything else. Not the launcher. The launcher's gonna park inside of the VAB. Is SLS delayed to LW27? Yeah, I think so, IQ. Yeah. I mean, is that leak an actual leak? Is just a crack in the selfie letting the air get close to the LH2 tank? Yeah, the second one. That is a Falcon Heavy booster. Yeah, I saw this booster fly on the Falcon Heavy inaugural mission. Yeah. Me and Das, the metal screaming when I was like, yeah, at the rocket. Yeah, there's a bunch of cool stuff in this pavilion. There's mock-ups of Dream Chaser, Shooting Star. There's Dragon capsules. The Orion that flew EFT-1 is in here with its heat shield. There's a bunch of good stuff. It moved your pants. I don't think that's the core, Signer. No, they haven't gotten a Falcon Heavy core back yet. But anyway. Oh, wait, Das's pants. Yeah, well, I understood the reference. Yeah, that's dude, it moved my pants. So right now, guys, we're waiting on Starlink, what is it? Starlink group 435. There you go. Casually putting a 10-story building inside of a 2-story building. Right. Would they even be able to hang a super heavy core sideways in there? I think a super heavy core would be bigger than that building, Kiranov. Yeah, it'll be bigger than the building, dude. You've seen a Falcon Heavy booster now. Yeah. Yup. So, we got another launch here happening in about 40 minutes, give or take. Check this out. What is that? Oh yeah, there's the video of them putting it in there. Yeah. Put that up there. Yeah, that's super heavy is bigger than that whole thing. Yeah, they just drove it down the street from Roberts Road over there. You saw this inside of the building? Isn't it cool? Bird. So, Alleviate. Was I right about 528? You took the road that went to KSC. Literally a straight line. It's just a straight line for about 50 miles. Crazy, right? It's a straight line literally to, like, there. Was I kidding? It's just straight, dude. It's just... Alright. Oh, interesting, Creeper. No suspension on this thing? No. You don't need suspension when you go 5 miles an hour.
Falcon 9 tanks are venting for propellant load.
Okay, they're purging out Falcon 9's propellant tanks per the launch control loop. Yeah, Chief, it's funny. See this thing right here? The thing that says SpaceX on it, this truck? Yeah, that truck, if you notice, it's a little banged up. It's been used. It's been used a lot. You know how I know? Here, take a look.
This is LD briefing the abort instructions for all non-urgent no-go conditions. Brief the CU or LD and they will approve aborting the countdown. For urgent issues affecting the safety of the operation, operators shall call hold on the countdown net. Launch control will abort the auto sequence immediately and proceed into the launch abort auto sequence. At T-minus 10 seconds, launch control will be hands-off, relying on automated abort criteria for the remainder of the count.
That's right. Elon bought it. That was the shuttle transporter, guys. See it right there? SpaceX bought the thing at an auction, just like that RV from the other day. I want to show you some really, really interesting pictures here. And one in particular. Check that out. That's that at Slick 6 on the other side of the country, moving Enterprise to Vandenberg. Or around Vandenberg. See that road right there? That road is designed for that transporter. Yep, and then they put the... can't look at that. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. I gotta find that one picture, though. Give me 1 second. There it is. So there is that exact transport vehicle right there at Slick 6 with the space shuttle in 1985. Same picture. And then if I go to the next one, there it is in 2011, moving Atlantis to its exhibit. Right there. Once again, the thing got used to move Falcon 9 because
Discovery,
SpaceX uses it now to move Falcon 9s around. Same truck. If it looks old, well, yeah, that vehicle is almost 40 years old. Thanks for all the great space streams. No problem, Nick. How are you liking the fourth monitor? It's definitely different, Cyborg. Yeah. How did they get that transport vehicle across the country? The Delta. The barge that moves ULA cores around, believe it or not. Rocket. Yeah. Actually, it was NASA, so Pegasus could have used it. They got it for 37 grand. SpaceX Ferd. SpaceX Ferd. SpaceX Ferd. Yep. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I know the guy that operates that creeper. Yep, 37K government auction. I know the price because they had to disclose it because it's a government auction. But that's a piece of spaceflight history. Chief, I cannot tell you how happy I am that it's still getting used. There it is past SA-209. Yep, see? That's at the Kennedy Space Center visitors right there. When's the next Falcon Heavy launch? I'm not sure when the next Falcon Heavy launch is off the top of my head, but what I will tell you is that there was an FCC filing for a Falcon Heavy launch the other day. So, yeah, it's going to be sooner rather than later. Florida finally getting their own Falcon 9. Cute. Houston's had one for a while now. It's not a Falcon 9. It's a Falcon Heavy booster. Nah. Yeah, something like that, Jake. Yeah. You good, buddy?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Belly rub for the pupper. He's pushing the chair. Hey. Hey. Oh, you're such a cute boy. Such a cute puppy. Anyway. Pupper cam when? Wait, you got a pupper? I'm dog sitting for the weekend, guys. I have the dog behind me is a rescue. His name is Ludo, and he's a pit bull Great Dane mix. Yeah, he's a softie. He's a good dog. He just did the, belly rub thing. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, see? I know the guy that was operating that crane, by the way. Yeah, see, look, they lifted it and pulleyed it up onto the rafters. Isn't that cool? It sounds like a big dog, but should you be sitting on him? Yeah, he's fine, Lurker. Where you going? No one's out there for you. Want to come up here? Want to come up here? Come on up. Get up here. Look at the camera. He's such a good boy. Come on up here, pal. Say hi to the people on the internet. Say hi to the people on the internet. Say hi to the people on the internet. You don't want to do that. That's okay. That's okay, pal. Get under there. Go under my desk. He likes lying down underneath my desk where the pedal cam is. So here, let's see. Can use nope. No, nope. He needs his own camera. Yeah. That was stop touching me. Yeah, Kig. When the dog looks at you and does this, that means that means leave me alone. Oh. He's scratching at my door. Guys, give me one moment. I'm going to put on Starbase Live. I got to take him out here. It looks like he wants to go outside. So, oh, got pee? Want to go outside? Oh, yeah, he wants to go outside. Okay. What? All right. We'll go outside. Are you okay? Such a good boy. Can you guys hear that? You hear this boy?
My question is where.
All right, so here, let me.
No, I'm not typing it in.
I was, you know what? Yeah, we'll put NASA Spaceflight is up there, guys. I'm gonna put them on for a second here, and you guys watch the
Want to try and get the lights
like
reflecting off the
I'll be right back.
VAB or something, or should we maybe try to get the sunset? Or I mean, we have 3 new cameras there that are full time at the press site, and I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to point them at.
Whew. Sounds like a good problem to have there, Das.
It is. It's a good problem to have.
Oh my goodness. While Das figures that out, let's hit some more super chats here and support. Wow, we have some new Capcom membership giftings. Thank you so much, Gosh. Oh boy, I'm really bad at reading names. Gosh Kata, 58, gifted. Became. My goodness. Whew. Need to pause for a second. Thank you for becoming a new Capcom member. I hope you enjoy all of the perks that are involved with our Capcom membership. And if I recall correctly, that includes Discord access, right, Alex?
Yeah, it does, and it also includes all the previous the lower tiers, which is, if I remember correctly, is Padrad and Red Team. So you can have access also to exclusive. For Red Team, you have exclusive member content. We have some of the upcoming shots of Delta IV Heavy, which launched from Vandenberg just an hour ago, and that should be gorgeous. We have all the team from the West Coast out there, so check that out if you want to actually see those behind the scenes. That should be great.
Absolutely, and I do have to apologize to Moldy Space Industries, who was the person who gifted 5 Red Team memberships. That's the original note that I thought I was looking at, and I got a little mixed up there. Sorry about that. But thank you, Moldy Space Industries, for gifting those memberships. If you are one of the people who received one of those memberships that Moldy Space has gifted, make sure to thank them in the chat and enjoy the Red Team membership and enjoy all the awesome content we have there. Let's see, got another awesome super chat and support from Musical Wolves, who typically Musical Wolves is one of the first people, but it looks like they have been helping a family member who's gotten really ill. And then they also ask a question, do the new Starlinks require any modifications to the fairings? As far as I know, these are the same Starlinks we've been launching before, right?
Yeah, they're the same Starlinks, the Starlink V1.5 variant of Starlink. And the new Starlinks, they're probably referring to the news that are launching on Starship, the Starlink V2s. But there's also a potential possibility that SpaceX could make like a mini version of a Starlink V2. Actually, Elon confirmed this a while ago on the T-Mobile event. And SpaceX also had previously talked about that through the Federal Communications Commission, and that could be a possibility in case Starship gets delayed, because of the usual technical issues that always occur with first time launches. That's totally normal, and so if that were to happen, you could still launch these Starlinks on Falcon 9, but obviously like a mini version, a smaller version of the Starlinks. Yep. I don't think that will require modification to the fairing itself. I think that they will just try to fit it as is without any further modifications.
Yes. And,
before we dive into
ahead,
more
Thomas.
questions, I want to point out something that we don't actually usually get on these Slick 40 launches, but since we've got the bit of a different point of view for this launch, you can get a really good view of the first stage getting frosty here.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're now looking kind of side on with the Falcon 9. The transporter erector is to the right side of the rocket. And so on that first stage tank, you can see where the tank is getting frosty, and that would be the liquid oxygen tank, right? Someone will correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
that's
the
logically that's the
tank.
liquid oxygen.
Yep.
Yeah, I always think that's myself. But that's the liquid oxygen tank starting to gradually fill with propellants, and you can see that tank getting white, and the frost is overcoming the scorch of the booster's 3 previous flights. You can also maybe catch a glimpse of some vapors near the bottom of the rocket. To continue propellants on board for today's launch.
We might even see once they go, right before ignition. We might even see the deluge system. They had the Rainbirds thing on. It didn't used to be there, so it was more like a late addition to Pad 40. Probably because I was just thinking as to why, like in a flash second, I was thinking that that's probably related with all these modifications to support faster turnarounds. If you have more water, the launch deck and everything, like the launch mount and everything, doesn't get as damaged, for example. So you could probably launch faster and like more quickly. That could be a thing.
Too, if more water in the trench also means less rocket poop to scrape off in between, because rockets do leave residue there that could dislodge and damage engines.
Say rocket poop.
Yeah, I did, Das. I said rocket poop. It's a technical term.
Technical term.
Nice.
I like it. Okay. Oh wow. So they're obviously into fueling here, and we're gonna get the T-20 vent, right, fairly soon.
Yeah, that should be the end of the RP1 load on the second stage. So right now, they are loading liquid oxygen on the first stage and kerosene RP1 on both stages. But RP1 load will wrap up at T-20 minutes on the upper stage, and the T-20 vent is just basically them purging the lines ahead of liquid oxygen loading on the upper stage, which will begin at T-16 minutes. And you actually will see that as soon as the T-20 minute vent stops, that's around the T-16 minute mark, which is that moment of loading the liquid oxygen on the second stage. It's kind of similar to how on Starship, for example, we see the OLM vent stop at propellant load onto the rocket. So that's sort of the same here. It's the same philosophy.
Wow. Thank you.
I always do the comparison with Falcon 9 when we are on a Starship stream, so I was like, I can do the opposite here.
Compare Falcon 9 to Starship. I like it. So let's see. Let's hit some more awesome support here. Emma Webb has gifted us some support, and we appreciate that. And they ask about the jellyfish effect and a viewing from Atlanta, Georgia, where they have clear skies. I don't know if Thomas or Julia or I'll throw this at everyone. Do you know if we'll have jellyfish visible from Georgia?
Atlanta might have a... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I think they have a better chance than us possibly of jellyfish, to be honest, just because of where the rocket will be in the sky in relationship to the sun that is setting.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Ziggy Stardust coming in with some support for a bonus for new camera maintenance, and I think DOS will put that to good work and make sure we keep those robots well fed. DOS, what is the primary diet of those robots?
Electrons.
Electrons?
I mean, not really, because it's
Starbase. They eat photons, but I don't know what they do over there.
Realistically, they don't consume electrons, but they need like a difference in the energy levels of electrons. And it's not really that the electrons get used up, it's just that the difference gets used up. And a lot of it gets turned into heat anyways.
There it goes.
But there's a 20-minute vent.
Let's say, anyone ever tell either of you are nerds?
You're the one who's a... Yeah, that's me.
Nerd. Just takes one to know one there, Thomas. Jeez.
But yes, T-minus 20-minute vent, so they have finished RP1 load into the second stage and are now going to purge the lines with that vent ahead of loading liquid oxygen onto the second stage. And first stage loading is still underway for both.
Tired? No,
and liquid oxygen.
I wasn't just running around with the dog, I swear.
That's a good sign. We're moving towards a nominal launch.
All right,
There's,
well,
John
this is the NSF cast here. And I do have the mission control audio loop open. Is the SpaceX main cast up yet? Dog, you want to go chew Uncle EJ's Mustang seat? No. I had him outside, and Brimo came home from shopping, Chief.
Discovery.
And she's like, I'm gonna take the dog back up. She's like, no, I want the dog. I'm like, all right. Can't argue. Midget, I'm dog sitting for the weekend. All right. So you know what? We can keep the NSF cast up. That's a live shot right there. What's the dog's name? Ludo. Ludo. He was on the cast a little bit earlier, guys. I just went out to take him outside. He had to go to the bathroom. He's a good dog. He went underneath my desk and lied down where my pedals usually are. And I showed him on pedal cam. Who's dog sitting for? What? Lou had to go to the loo, that's right. Ludicrous, that's right. He's a big dog. He's a Great Dane and a Great Dane Pit Bull and a couple of other things. Yeah, he's such a good dog. Oh.
Over here. What are we wearing here today? Anybody recognize those shirts?
I know the one from Thomas.
How good is the Zoom? Like you can tell which one this is.
Yeah, Julia. I mean that's a legitimate shirt, right?
To Mars.
Okay, Julia.
I have a classic on today: eat, sleep, launch, repeat.
Nice. Both Thomas and Julia passed the NSF merch check. You're allowed to continue watching the rocket launch. You don't have to go home right now.
I'm gonna take
clearly a joke.
Well, I would hope so. If I had to go home, you'd lose one of the cameras. So
I'll just leave it there. It's fine.
Ooh. Okay.
I have to deboost the audio, guys, and give the window a refresh here because DOS knows how to balance audio. Yeah. Long story short. All right. Anyway.
Gear Fund and the Mars-Skeeto repellent. Oh boy, how are the gators over there?
Did you have a house now? Are you gonna get a dog or a cat? Surfer, we want to get a dog, but you gotta be.
Okay.
I have one of those cousins here.
Julie's wearing your shirt. It's the NSF version of the. It's the NSF version of the shirt. Who you dog sitting for? Fine, I'll say how it in full. A friend. Just admitted this is now a pet stream. Yeah, I gotta fix everything. Actually, speaking of getting things in order, guys, that's the other thing that I had. That's the other thing that I had, that I did this morning. I was trying to start the stream at noontime, but, yeah, we didn't get the dog till way later. People who dropped out were dropping off the dog, were dropping him off at my parents' house, right? And, they were dropping him off at my parents' house. They were late, so we ended up not coming back till a lot later. But the reason why is because they live close to my folks' house, right? And I needed to get all my tools and the auto streaming rig and the toolbox from my parents' house. All my tools are here now. All the jacks, toolbox, all the tools that are in it, air tools, all here. We have the Ugga Dugga. Do you want to see the Ugga Dugga? You want to see the Ugga Dugga? And the auto streaming computer, by the way, with all the cameras and all the equipment. Here. You will see the Ugga Dugga. You saw Ludo, now I'll show you the Ugga Duggas. This is an Ugga Dugga. Derek would be proud. I know, right? That guy's my hero. I don't have the big compressor yet, no. I have a small one. That's a Daka Daka. Yeah. Ferrari Pit Crew Run. Trigger discipline? Oh, okay. Yeah, here, let me put it on the trigger guard. Think we should go now. That's a rookie Ugga Dugga. Time to step up your game. This is a nice Ugga Dugga. This Ugga Dugga has not done me wrong. Hey, Brink. How does Cape Canaveral handle hurricanes in close timing to a launch? Do they secure rockets on the tower or quickly take them down? Depends on the rocket, Brink. Most of the time, you don't want your rocket to get hit by a hurricane. Yeah, most of the time you don't want that. Wait till you try a lithium-ion Ugga Dugga. I like this one. Got all my tools here, man. Well, I got the dang old tools for my dang old tool shed. The garage is probably big enough to assemble an F5 Tiger inside, or a different type of captain. Midget, I got with all the tools, I brought everything. I emptied Tough Enough's bed, and I drove up to my folks' house, and we got everything. I got all of my tools. There's probably still a little bit, but I got everything. The Aerodugga, you don't even use it anymore? What is that? Their asparagus staging. Asparagus tanks for Susie. Say hello to my little friends. Opinions on the recent article of atmospheric nuclear launches disabling satellites. Recent article? SpaceX probably wouldn't care. Well, it's all about proving that you can launch it in the storm, Stubby, but like with a rocket like SLS, you got to remember it's doing something completely different. You know, and it's a test flight. NASA wants good instrumentation. Like whenever you launch a rocket like SLS, and they are rolling SLS back, NASA looked at the weather reports this morning and went, No. Yeah, no. Okay. Yep. Nope. Let's not do that. Whenever you have a test flight for a new vehicle like that, you do not, you really literally want to launch it on a nice day. No clouds. You want no clouds. So, like, you can get the tracks of the rocket going all the way up. You get a nice track. And here, take a look at NSF cam. It's a little cloudy down there. It's really Michael Schumacher and Ferrari. Yeah, right. I think SpaceX cares more about downrange weather for the landings at this point. So SLS is going to roll back. But yeah, with a rocket like Falcon, I don't know. I guess it depends on the payload. But, I mean, here's the thing, guys. If SpaceX is getting to the point where they can easily put stuff out on the pad, right? They can just throw it out on the pad. It takes two seconds in rocket terms, right? If it's going to take 2 seconds to put it out on the pad, why not just take another 2 seconds and get it inside of the hangar when a hurricane goes by, right? Like, lurking from work, when are they going to send it? SLS? Farm. NASA, like I said, NASA looked at the weather report this morning and went, no. No. What if we blow a star bomba into the eye of Hurricane Ian? It might do something. Did Delta launch? I just missed it. Oh, it did. Switched in and it was amazing. Yep. So. So if you missed the Delta IV launch, no, don't worry about it. We have another launch right now. We have Falcon 9 Block 5. Starlink Group 435 on 1074.4. This is only the fourth flight for this, Sebby. Yeah, you were telling me. How come Delta does the roll program so late? Don't they usually do it right at liftoff? It does a little bit of a roll hard, but then something with the closed loop guidance system makes it roll again. Yeah, it looks like it has something to do with closed loop. When they switched to closed loop, that's when the thing kind of rolled over. I mean, it might be positive. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Ian has the energy of 1,000 star bombas, and added energy would just make it bigger. Yeah, you generally don't want to introduce hot air to a hurricane. In 2005 they figured out that that's not a good thing. Yeah, the whole nuking the thing was a joke. But yeah, you'd be much better off nuking a tornado. But then you have then the thing about nuking a tornado is that anything that you were trying to save from the tornado is now glass. So, I mean, trade-offs, am I right? Am I right? Trade-offs, am I right? I gotta shut my door. I'll be right back. Glass is cool, though. I don't want to be glass, though. Just have everybody blow fans at it. Yep. Use a Moab instead. I mean, all right. Yeah, tornadoes like to throw things. Yeah. We probably shouldn't bomb storms, guys. You know. SpaceX is live just in time. Great. Thank you. Hey, Deadbringer, what's going on? So, I'm going to switch this over here, change up the title to SpaceX Starlink Group 435. The Delta IV Heavy launch was something. Was watching it on the TV with the sound bar. She's a beast, man. And don't get away in the tornado, and we're gonna. Yeah, that's smart or something. You see cows? Where? But yeah, okay, subject change real quick. Hi, I have all of my tools here now. All the tooling is here. Everything. I got all the wrenches, all the files, all the metalworking stuff. I got all of it. I got all of it today. Loaded up all in the truck. So, yeah, I got my toolbox. Yep, drummer, we got the garage streaming PC, all of the paraphernalia with the garage streaming thing, all the cameras, all the HDMI cables. I nabbed all of it. Julie, I'm gonna have to call you back. We got cows. I'll get that up and running sooner rather than later. We have the means to rebuild, Fred. EJ, the Tool Man Gamer. So, HPR. Yes. Oh, here we go. Time for lunch.
Head is clear.
10.
They absolutely are 619, yeah.
Started. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go for launch.
Vehicle is supersonic. Stage separation confirmed. Dragon separation confirmed. Stage 1 is transonic. Landing like that deployed. And Falcon 9 has landed.
Hey everyone, my name is Shiva Bharadwaj, and I'm a space operations engineer here at SpaceX. View of our Falcon 9 rocket on
wow, we were
Space Launch
way
Complex 40
behind.
in Florida, set to lift off at 7:32 p.m. Eastern Time for our next batch of Starlink satellites. Now the teams are currently tracking no issues with the vehicles or the spacecraft, weather, and
I just want to point out that, yeah, those clouds look
just under 5 minutes from now. Now to get ready for liftoff, we're standing by for retraction of the transporter
so you
erector.
tip me the money for one, I'll buy it right now.
And we'll be seeing, we just heard a call out there for that.
No, we got Shiva today, Apocalypsis.
Keep an eye out on the clamp arms near the top of the second stage. There they've begun to open.
Yep, okay. Falcon 9 is pressed for strongback retract, and the strongback arms have opened, and now the strongback will move into the 89-degree position. Trying to watch this launch from a jungle from Jungle Cruise.
Next, we'll begin to see that structure to the left of the vehicle begin to slowly pull away. That's known as strongback retraction.
Jim, I do that too. Not enough time in the day to watch all the good YouTube content out there, man. It's clear sky for you. You might get a jellyfish. Nice, nice. Was there some plan to use the normal streaming rig for auto streams via some cables and a monitor through the wall?
And there's a great shot of the.
I want to set up a server
Falcon 9
on the
at very
encoding
top.
rig bank
Two,
as an RTMP server,
fairing halves carrying
so
our
you don't
52
need a
Starlink
computer
satellites.
in the garage to do that. You just need a bunch of
They're
cameras.
sitting on top of our second
and it'll
stage, and
use
then
the
below
internet,
that,
too.
our first stage.
Real quick, did you see this Delta picture? Oh, what a shot.
Stage 1.
I think I heard a shot. Are you planning on
So with
getting
that
a rough
call,
working
at
setup, or do you
T-minus
want me
3
to help get the
minutes to
fancy
lift
OV?
off,
Rough
Falcon
for now,
9's
drummer.
first stage is fully loaded with both rocket propellant 1 and liquid oxygen. We'll hear a similar call out
Okay,
for
Jessa.
completion of liquid oxygen load on the second stage. That happens usually around T-minus 2 minutes.
I was thinking a projector on the wall, Kyron, so I could see chat from any angle.
Go at throttle up.
Yeah. Got 20-foot ceilings, man. Of course that'll work. Take a look at the NDI plugin for OBS. You can set full-res video to another computer running OBS. No need for an RTMP server. Okay, Rank.
Throttle back.
Gianni, 86 months. To space.
That
Indeed.
last call out indicating we're coming up on completion of LOX load on the second stage.
Okay, drummer. Drummer, look into what Brink just said about the NDI plugin for OBS, if you could. Apart from the NDI plugin doesn't currently work on OBS 28. Okay. All right. Well, we'll talk about this in a little bit, dudes. In the meantime, it is T-minus 154. When I started saying that, now it's not. But stage 2 LOX loading is complete.
And with that, we are completely loaded with propellants on both the first
see what
and
we got.
second stages. That's about 1 million pounds of both fuel and liquid oxygen.
Okay, Gigster. Yep.
Alright, guys, close outs.
You'll see a little bit of venting here. That's normal as we clear out the lines in the strong back.
Yep. They're going to purge out
and
the
just
lines.
noting here that the booster on your screen is flying for its 4th time today, having previously flown the SES-22 and 2 previous Starlink missions. We will be attempting to recover this booster after liftoff and stage separation on our drone ship named A Shortfall of Gravitas.
T-minus
you can see it out there on
60
the Atlantic
seconds.
Ocean.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
Yeah, only 4. Only 4? Lame. Yeah, really pretty sky down there, Pusalis. Florida has amazing sunsets and sunrises.
And with that, we're
call
on
it the
our way to
Sunshine State for
liftoff
nothing.
just under 40 seconds from now.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Little construction on the lower right. Nothing that caught my eye nervous, but we'll look back.
15 seconds.
10.
T-minus
Sound
10,
sound suppressors
9,
should turn on now.
8, 7.
There it is.
6, 5, 4, 3.
Second
2,
launch of the day.
1.
Got a green flash. Go to ignition.
And liftoff of Starlink 435.
435 is flying. 31 past the hour. 435 liftoff.
Stage 1 chamber pressures are nominal.
Okay. Everything's looking good. Oh, look at that going through the clouds. Got you the side-by-side, dudes. There we go.
And with that successful liftoff of our Starlink satellites on our Falcon 9 vehicle,
Power engine telemetry nominal.
from Space Launch Complex
This is
40,
the 5th flight,
lifting
Keanu?
off at 7:32 p.m. Eastern Time.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
So with that
Any good
call,
plume effects?
we have Falcon 9 now traveling faster than the speed of sound. Seeing a great shot of the engines on the first stage. And that call out there indicating we are through the point of maximum aerodynamic pressure, the highest stresses
Yeah,
that the
it's
vehicle
map
will
view.
feel during
Oh,
ascent.
look at that track. Can I, you know what,
Now coming up
just
in about a minute, we'll have 3 events happening back to back.
Ready.
The first of those is main engine cutoff, where we'll shut down all 9 of the Merlin 1D engines on the first stage, followed by stage separation, and then second engine start on the second stage.
Yeah, they always do. They always burn slight radial out on late first stage trajectory, drummer. It's for better insertion, because they've been able to squeeze more performance out of that booster. Nice. This has the upgraded cameras on it. See the lens flare? Nice camera.
And a great view of the first stage there. Now
Looking
we're
up the
at
business
second
end of the
stage.
second stage. Stand by for main engine cutoff. No, Shiv has called it before, Reese.
And Miko. Stage separation.
Good stage. Ignition. Stiffener ring pop.
Invac ignition.
Perfect. Textbook. Bearing separation. And
Fantastic. So main engine cutoff, stage separation, and Merlin vacuum.
Confirmed.
Start.
I've watched
and
too many
there
of
was
these,
fairing
that's how.
deploy as well. You can see those fairing halves on the left-hand side of your screen, as well as the grid fins on the first stage deploying. Now we will be attempting to recover both of those fairing halves. Both of them are for their fifth
ask and
and
you
fourth
shall
flights.
receive.
We just had a glimpse there of the sun reflecting off
Justin,
the
did
fairing
you-
halves.
They watching? Oh!
There you can see the fairing halves reflecting some sunlight as we're heading up to orbit.
First stage
left-hand dot
and the
is
fairing
engine on the
halves.
Merlin vacuum.
Oh,
I
that's
believe the
so
middle object is our
cool!
first stage, and then the fairing halves around it.
That's awesome! Oh, that's so good. That makes me so happy. Oh, stuff is beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Oh my god. That's awesome.
Seeing some periodic nitrogen gas
gosh,
bursts
I love this
on our
stuff.
first
It never
stage
gets
as it's
old, man. It's so
reorienting
cool.
for its next major activity, which will be the entry burn.
The NSF track.
On the right-hand side of your screen, we've got our Merlin vacuum engine continuing to burn as it's taking our 52 Starlink satellites to orbit.
Give me one moment. One moment.
Today's mission does mark SpaceX's 181st launch overall.
Wow, they did get a good track. Holy crap. We'll watch that later.
Signal Bermuda.
They have
The first
acquisition
stage
signal
on
through
the
the
left-hand
Bermuda
side of
ground
your
tracking
screen
station.
has
I don't know
previously
how.
supported
There's a
three
hurricane
missions,
over there, but
SES-22 and two
I saw it.
previous
I saw it,
Starlink
Smirks. I
missions,
just looked at
today
it.
marking its fourth.
What headphones are those? Black Sharks Mark II Plus? Oh. Say it.
And you
Is
can
it
see
almost
that its
time?
speed
Hypersonic
and
is
altitude are
tier,
fairly
hey,
stable.
a tier 2.
It's marking
48er.
its way back
Thanks,
to planet
man.
Earth.
139. That's
pretty
run of the mill,
Tessa.
Tessa.
You can actually see the curvature of planet Earth.
Right now,
behind
stage
our
2
Merlin
is
vacuum
approaching, flying over the Outer Banks, North Carolina here. Right now it's actually South Carolina. Here in South Carolina, look out towards the ocean. You'll see this thing. The sun is backlighting it. You'll be able to see it.
Now, as a reminder, we are flying Starlink satellites today, and Starlink is a satellite internet constellation designed and manufactured by SpaceX to provide high-speed and low-latency internet to people living in remote and rural locations around the globe.
Sweet. What percentage amount of fuel is used for landing, you think? I don't know, but probably 1 to 2% of the total fuel load depth. You got to remember, it's a little bit lighter with no upper stage, no fully fueled upper stage and payload and fairing on top. You don't need as much fuel to land as you need to take off. Thanks for the stream. No problem, Eddie. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it.
Reflecting off our first stage on the left-hand side of your screen.
You still see the first stage? Oh, that's
its next
sick.
major activity
Hey,
coming
T-Man,
up,
great shot.
That'll be the start of its entry burn.
Let me bring up the side-by-side again.
To prepare it for
you know what,
atmospheric
guys?
re-entry.
It's clear. I'm going to go outside. I've never seen a rocket launch from the house yet. I've never seen a rocket flying by. But you can see the sky out here, and it is clear tonight. So I might do it. Only because, and that means I might miss the landing, but it's only because I haven't seen one yet. But we also have to wait for the engines to ignite here, because what you are about to witness is Falcon 9 doing an entry burn. The entry burn, yeah, that's a good segue, right? The entry burn is when Falcon 9 will fire its engines to slow itself down. If you look at the left side of the screen, slowing down, second stage is speeding up. But there's another thing that it's doing there. Falcon 9's actually, because it's flying business end first, it's actually putting
of the Merlin engines.
It's putting itself in a nice cool column of gas that's kind of encapsulating the whole booster as it's coming in. And what that is doing is pushing re-entry heat away. It's called
Now from here on, we've got enough atmospheric
supersonic retro propulsion
that we saw deploy earlier. Will help guide,
and it helps
stage.
It helps make it so the stage can get through re-entry without a heat shield, because the engines shoot fire at plasma and move it out of the way. True story.
Stage 2, FTS is safe.
You got it, goalie?
Second stage burn continues to look nominal.
Nice.
The second stage will continue to burn until the
it's
point
it's not near
right
me
around the
just
time
yet.
where the first stage will be landing. That'll be
all right.
about T plus 8
all right.
minutes.
All right. All right. I'm gonna go look. You guys get the big camera. Watch. You'll see it. I'm gonna go look.
Stage 1 transonic.
With that, the first stage is transitioning through the speed of sound. And its next major activity will be the landing burn.
Stage 2 is the terminal guidance. Stage 1 landing burn.
Startup of just a single Merlin vacuum engine. We'll see landing leg deploy as well shortly. And also keep an ear out here for second stage engine
Stage
cutoff.
1 landing leg deploy. Pico. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
So with those two callouts and a great shot from the drone ship, we've got confirmation of our second stage.
I saw
in
Zico!
orbit.
I can see it clear as day!
Falcon 9
Yes!
has landed.
Yes, and it landed! That's awesome!
Landing of an orbital class rocket.
Yes! Oh, that came in a little hefty right there. Ooh,
There were a couple of
she
callouts
came in
there
a
as
little
well
fast,
for
huh?
nominal orbit insertion, so that means that the second stage is right where we want it to be, carrying those
Dudes,
52
I got
Starlink
it.
satellites.
I got it. I got this picture. Hold
So
up.
with all of those confirmations,
Hold up. I got it. I got it. I can see them clear as day. There's a clearing right by my driveway, and I can see the stages come out. I'll show you. I'll
social
post
media accounts for confirmation of Starlink deploy. Thanks a bunch for joining us this weekend, and we'll see you again real soon.
Dude, that is money. Dude, it was super clear. Oh my goodness. Hang on. That was sick. Dude, I got it. Let me see. Let me just make sure I got it. Yep, it's there. It's right at second stage engine cutoff. I'm in Massachusetts, Flavelbox. I'm like 1,000 miles up the coast. Here, let me post it. Oh, that's rad. I got the sickest picture. I'm telling you. I'll show it on stream. I'll show it. Here. Check this out. This picture made me so happy. Look. There's the truck. You see that little speck up there? Dude, I'm telling you, I could see the whole plume. That's right when the stage shut off. See it up there? The damn truck. See the clearing? There's a clearing, and I can see right at the trajectory. Anything that comes up the coast, dude, you can see it clear as day. That's awesome. I'm pissed that the automatic lights turned on the garage, but what do you got, Dish? Hey. Oh, nice shot, man. Dude. See it up there? See the little speck? That's the stage. I'm telling you, I saw the whole jellyfish, and you can't really see it, but you could see where it was, but the glare from the damn light got in the way. You see it? There's the second stage. Holy crap! You saw it in Disney World Strikonic? That's awesome. Yeah, see the little speck up there? That's the second stage, dude. That's so cool. You got the stupid truck in the picture. Oh, man. Can you unautomate it temporarily, huh? Oh, the light. Yeah, I'll have to in the future. Man, everybody got a picture of that. Jamnik, you posted that picture from New York City. Dude, you got it too. Yeah, that's exactly what I saw until the automatic light turned on, dude. That is exactly what I saw, and I lost my crap in my backyard. I'm like, oh, I did the Leo thing, you know, and I'm like, camera, you know. Oh, that's so cool. I saw it too, dude. That makes me happy, dude. Really happy. That's really neat. I thought you would use super high level equipment. Believe it or not, dude, I don't know where to look. That was the first time. Now I know where to look. I know where to look to see it. But I want to see that landing. Hold on a second here. I know, GV. I have a perfect... Dude, there is a perfect clearing at my house to be able to see the northeast track going out of the Cape. It is perfect. Like, you can see them clear as day. I know exactly where to look now. I'm really happy. I looked out and I looked at the sky and immediately I was like, oh, there it is. Yep. Okay. All right, here. I wanna take a look here. I wanna see this. I wanna see this landing. What did this look like?
Stage 1 landing burn.
There's the landing burn. Through the clouds.
Startup of just a single Merlin vacuum engine. We'll see landing leg deploy as well shortly.
All right. Oh, there's a
and also
ASOG.
keep an ear out here for second stage
landing
engine
legs.
Stage 1
cutoff.
landing leg deploy.
Dude, that thing is pinpoint. Holy crap.
Pico. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
Oh.
So with those two callouts and a great shot from the drone.
Oh, set up a webcam for next launch, dude. I might do that. I might do it. Yes, Hibbit, you got it too, dude. That's exactly what we saw. I saw the jellyfish, man. I can see him clear as day from my house, dude. You don't know how happy that makes me. Remote roof tracking? That's actually not a bad idea, man. We might have to go Econ Greg style and get a picture of it, you know, going up. Put a telescope up there. Oh, man, that's cool. Yeah, that one came in a little hot, dude. That's a little hot. She hovered and dropped. You could see it in the vertical speed. All right, let me take a look.
Engine
Stage
cutoff.
1 landing leg deploy.
Oh, yes it did. Yes, it did. That engine, dude, Falcon 9 went up for a second. If it stopped and then accelerated and then decelerated, that means the TWR went above 1 for a second. Whoa. There are 2+ meter swells right now in that area. That also could have something to do with it.
Pico. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
Oh.
So with those two callouts and a great shot from the drone
Darius,
ship,
I'm with you.
we've got confirmation
That thing
of
is
our second
inside of
stage
the circle,
in the nominal
dude.
orbit.
That's crazy.
And our first stage, Falcon 9, has landed.
Oh yeah.
marking the-
No, never mind. It didn't go higher than 1 TWR. Look at that thing rock. That's a huge swell right there. For the people that, if you're failing to understand scale here, the size of the drone ship is about the size of a soccer field or an American football field. Pick one. Yeah, this is the size of a soccer pitch or a football pitch. It's freaking huge. Yeah, Forlorn, I see it. I see it. And they timed the landing up with a swell. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it looks like the drone ship was coming up and Falcon 9 bounced for a second, but that's okay. And it used the crush cores. But man, I saw the thing, dude. I saw it. I saw the sucker. I saw it. I seen it. I seen it. I seen it. It's right there. See it? You see that little dot up there? There it is. The jellyfish got blocked out by the light, but you can definitely see where it was. Right there. That's a moth. Oh, man. With this stupid truck in the pic. Of course I framed it with the truck. Why wouldn't I? Of course I framed it with the truck. Duh. The NSF footage is amazing. You guys want to see that, huh? Ah. Oh, yes. Yes, right. Yeah. Sorry. It's a moth. Shut up. It wasn't. I saw the plume, but by the time I got my phone out, Seco happened. So I couldn't get it, man. I couldn't get it. All right, let's see the NSF footage. Let's see what they got.
Computers take control, right? 50
for long.
All right, let's see. Nice, John. There you go.
And
there.
4, 3, 2.
Ride simulated. It's cool. That was my first launch that I've seen from this house.
Of Starlink 4-35.
Up. That's the ground.
Oop.
Oop.
Somebody tipped the camera.
Nice positioning.
Yeah.
Beautiful track.
I got you.
We'll get the rumble here shortly. Look at it going into the clouds there.
Wow.
Wow.
That's money. From the
So
drone
awesome,
ship's
the
perspective.
flight of the Falcon 9.
Yeah, there you go, dude. She's a beast, right?
It goes through those clouds, so pretty.
I love that noise. I love that noise so much. I'm sorry, what? I lost. Yep, nope. I lost. Yep. Okay. Hands? That thing is freaking sick, man. Oh, that's so cool. I've seen freaking hundreds of these things launch. I don't care. It's so freaking cool. Chat, you love to see it. You love to see it. Look, no gimbal lock. Oh, yeah. Yes,
I think that's
I
now
got something
getting
in my eye here.
sunlight from the from the sun. It's getting
The
from the sunlight.
From the sun.
Yeah.
Sunlight from a star.
As you can see, I'm not very bright.
NROL, that's not a bad idea.
Oh, jeez. Thanks, Alex.
I do love this part of the flight when like the plume is expanding from the decreasing pressure on the atmosphere.
Yep.
That's always gorgeous. Should be approaching Miko in 10
They were from
seconds.
2 different launch sites back, Ellie. The Delta went out of Vandenberg. This went out of Slick 40 at the Cape.
And Miko.
Yeah, Dish, can you believe that? What a beast. What a beast. Oh. Upper stage ignition.
Of ignition of the second stage.
That's what I saw right there, dude.
And that is definitely the plume getting lit up there, wouldn't you say?
I'd say
yeah, definitely.
It's not the same totally dark background that we see sometimes, but that is definite plume expansion.
Oh,
right
that's
there.
why we call it the jellyfish, guys. Look at that.
Look at that.
See, Das knows.
Thomas, good job.
That's pretty awesome.
God. Oh, jeez.
Wow. Look at that jellyfish. With the fairings. My goodness.
First stage
Flying
right
in
there.
Formation now.
Fairings top and bottom.
It's a UFO.
Second
Look out.
stage.
Yeah, right.
And you can
Actually,
see them
out.
outgassing. Look at Oh my goodness.
That's just the
What the fairings are doing there, they're firing their RCS to reorient them. So both of the fairing the open fairing shells are facing up towards space so that they can come back down and re-enter. That's what the RCS is right there. That's what those puffs are. It's puffs of nitrogen gas. And then the first stage is also reorienting for the drone ship landing. That's what that thing is doing. But you see, you got one fairing half there, one fairing half there, the first stage. And now keep in mind, the first stage is a couple miles behind these things, behind the fairing halves here. They just look like they're close together because we're behind the rocket from where it's going, right? And then the second stage is up there. And then they went out of the sunlight. Oh my goodness. Amazing. Truly excellent footage from NASA spaceflight right there. Just wow. Wow, dude. Wow. Yeah, people on the East Coast know what's good, Tessa. It's those people on the West Coast, man. It's people on the West Coast that do the UFO thing. We don't do the UFO thing over here. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate what's going on. Didn't know the fairings have thrusters. Yeah, Ben, you really want me to cook the noodle here? Cook your noodle. Cook your noodle. All right, you really want me Zinger. Here's Zinger. EJ, focus. I'm too excited. I can't even talk straight. Ben, actually, all fairings have thrusters on them. Yeah, that's the Zinger. Zinger, cook the noodle thing. All fairings have thrusters on them. Most fairings use a pneumatic system because you don't want like an explosive bolt to separate the fairing near your payload. That's millions of dollars, right? So fairings actually, a lot of fairings have, well, not a lot of fairings, all fairings have compressed gas in them. They all have thrusters. SpaceX just had an idea to put more thrusters on it in a parachute. Yeah, little reentry vehicle. And the fairings don't need a thermal protection system because they're so light. They're so light for the surface area. They don't weigh anything comparatively for the size, right? So think about it like if you had like a rock at the top of a skyscraper and you drop a freaking rock, it's going to fall. But if you have a piece of paper and you just let the piece of paper go, what's the paper going to do? Same idea. Literally the same thing, except the skyscraper is 190 kilometers tall. It's the same idea. That's why the fairings take so long to come back down, because it's just... Cook your noodles. Yes. Just came back from outside. No joy seeing the launch from 495 on Route 2. How about you? I saw it. I saw it on the Cape, dude. See the little speck right there? And you can't see it because of my automatic light. See the plume? Yeah, Nervous. There you go. Yeah, I got it, and I framed it with the stupid freaking truck. I'm sorry, that makes me laugh. You can cook my noodle. If you cook my noodle, can I have Alfredo sauce? Yes, yes. They're feathers in the wind. Indeed, Ford. Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, 495 and Route 2. Yeah, you probably engineered with probably too many hills in the way. Me being down on the Cape, though, I could see that, dude. I could see them better than I could see them at the apartment. Oh, okay, drummer. T-Man, great shot, great shot. Linprod, see the little speck right there with the truck? I got it. Freaking sick, dude. Freaking sick. I saw it. So, like, I walked outside and I saw it and I went, oh, it's going to flame out soon. Let me get my camera. And then I took that picture right after second stage engine cut off. I was just like, I can see that clear as day. Whoa. Oh, man. What a stream 2 launches at once. That's right, dudes. That's right. We got a Delta. Great Delta launch today. Launched on the first try. That's pretty good. And then we had a Starlink right after that. What's the next one? Let me check the list on my new monitor up there. 2 launches at the same time, man. Damn straight, always wanted to do that. The next one that we have teed up here is on the 30th. So actually, we don't have any launches for a week. I don't know. Is that cool or not? That's a thing that actually gets said. Because you go back 5 years ago, it was no launches this month. Now it's oh man, there ain't one launching this week. The next rocket launch that we have is Firefly Alpha. That's the Black mission. It's launching at 3 in the morning on Friday. Nope, still not cool. Yep. And then there's 2 Delta 4 Heavies left going from the Cape, but they're not going until next year and the year after. The other missions are on the horizon. See what I did there? The missions on the horizon are Atlas 5, 531, which is SES 20 and 21, and then SLS Block 1. I miss looking for the Delta launch in San Diego. Shame. Oh, yeah, Caveman? All right. Are you going to watch a Chinese launch in 13 hours? They don't stream them, back alley. So, no. Nah, man. They don't stream them, dude. If they did, maybe I'd consider it, but... Yeah, we don't generally watch their launches anyway. Oh, check it out, guys. Rev took this picture today. Man, that's a nice Falcon launch over there. What a shot. What a shot. Dude, he was at 39B watching the Falcon launch, dude. Oh my gosh, we gotta talk to him about that. Next time we see him in here, be like, Rev, that was pretty neat. As like, me next, me next, me next. Oh man, I love this. I could you know, we whine about it, but dude, all these rocket launches are amazing. It's just freaking great. Freaking sweet, dude. I love it. Sorry if you already talked about this, but with the SLS rollback, is there any tentative dates for a launch? Launch doesn't have a T in it, EJ. I don't know, man. I don't know. It depends on what the hurricane does, to be honest with you. Did you find your photo? Yeah, we did, dude. It was a pretty damn good photo, if I do say so myself, man. Dude, that photo is a freaking winner right there. Oh, that's one of my favorite pictures. Oh. Uh-oh. Who is that? Who's at my door? What?
I was like, I don't know what you want. I'll take you outside. And he like went upstairs and was like went to the leash. So I was like, okay. So I walked him out in the backyard.
Get up here.
And then he was like,
Get up here.
He like went and stood at your door. So.
Ugh. Get up here, pal. Get up here, you. Did you see it? You can see the second stage from our backyard.
Oh, really?
I got a picture of it.
Oh, cool.
I'll show it to you, yeah. He's a good boy.
He's a very good boy.
Say hi. You want to say hi to the internet? Ow. Gross. There you go, pal. That's Ludo. We're babysitting him for the weekend. He is a very, very good boy.
He is a good boy.
Oh, and he just slobbered all over me. Yeah.
I think he wants to hang out with you.
He wants to hang with me?
I really think he does.
All right.
Like.
That's fine.
Because he was just sitting there whining at me. So I'm like, what do you want? I'm telling you, man. That's all he wanted. He wanted to hang out.
You can hang with me anytime, doggo.
And I'm not just saying that to get rid of him. Like, straight up, he walked to the door.
He walked to the back door?
Yeah.
He wants to come hang with me? He's probably because he can hear me.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, he can definitely hear me. Has he gone poo-poo yet?
No, he hasn't gone poo-poo, but...
Because it smells.
I tried. He had ample time to poo-poo if he needed to poo-poo.
You don't have poo-poo on your shoe, do you?
No.
Ludo, you smell. You smell. You smelly pupper.
He literally, he ran around in circles outside for 5 minutes. So.
All right.
You leaving this door open for him?
No, I keep it shut. Here, take a look. Look at. Guys, I'm gonna show Brimo the picture. Yeah, so there's the truck. See that little speck?
Oh, cool!
The clearing between our neighbor's backyard. That's the track, so we can literally see them.
Oh, cool!
Yeah, there's not a lot of trees in that direction to the south, so it's like an open field, guys. So you can see right to the track. You can see right to the corridor, which is crazy. His tongue went up my nose.
That's probably what smells. It's because I don't smell it. You smell it.
I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Stay there, Ludes. toolbox. All right, baby. Ludo. Come on, pal. All right, you want to stay in here, so be it. Sit down, dude. Ah. Doggo breath is always nasty. Yeah. Yeah, right. So you might need a bath. Hey, you chose to be here. Now you're stuck here. Oh, he lied. Oh, boy. Rimo, we don't see you hardly anymore. It's because she's the garage, right? My office is not near the house. We have actually a pretty big piece of land, and there's like the house, and then there's our backyard, and then there's woods, and then there's the garage. Like, I'm a good ways away. Yeah, I know, back alley, right? Anyway, Rev, look at this. This picture that Rev took is probably the gnarliest picture here. How old is he? 2, 3, somewhere in there? Of course, Deadbringer. Oh, nice plane. Very good. Thanks for telling the husband that we could see the launch. Managed to get a good video and you put it in Discord. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Let me see. From Boston. Thanks for letting you know you could see it. All right. Let's copy that link. Yeah, in the right lighting conditions, they're really easy to see. Here, how about we do this instead? Ready? Yeah, that's what I saw. Unbelievable. You see that? Ridiculous. That's a great video. Yep, and yep, that's right when I took my picture. Right there is when I took my picture, right after it flamed out. That's awesome. What a great dude. What, that's freaking great. I love it. That's so good. Very, very nice, Tild. Very good. What a shot. Right? That's amazing. Mods, can I get a picture of the stage that Janice got? Yeah, sure. Sure, man. Go for it. Prove we all share the same sky. That's right, Ben. Yep. Post the link, Koza. You got 60 seconds. Anyway, Rev, awesome picture. Guys, yeah. Dude, back-to-back launches, man. Back-to-back launches. That's pretty good. Fun stuff. All right. Zay, you also managed to see it. I'm happy to say it was the first ever rocket launch I saw in powered flight. It was my first from this house. Never seen a launch from this house, but like I said, there's a clearing. There's a huge field behind our, behind our neighbor's house. And there's like a break in the trees, and I can see right to the track, which is... that's pretty cool. Hey, here, check this out. So I got it right after the stage cut off. But see, there's the truck. There's Tough. And see that little speck right there? I saw it. Which is fantastic. I only wish I'd gotten it with a better plume. Yeah. That moth? Yeah, yeah. When I get the next one, you guys will be like, that ain't no moth. This is like my 100 and something 60th launch, so I'm used to it. Yeah. I love lamp. Do you really love the lamp, or are you just saying that because you saw it? Finally saw one from the front porch in South Carolina. Been trying for that corridor for a while with the first non-cloudy shot. Nice. Matchua, hey, howdy from Austin. How are you? What's going on, dude? Man. Oh, that's so freaking cool, dude. Now what? Well, we got a little bit until, we got a little bit of time until GTA. We're gonna do GTA racing. Oh, Koza, I can see it. I can see it. I'm gonna put that up. I'm gonna put that right up on stream. Dude, yay! Nice framing. Great shot. Yeah, that's what I saw. Guys, I went outside and I saw that and went, what the hell? Okay, gonna try again to power cycle the net. Saw the second stage here amazingly, and also saw the fairings in the first stage for the first time ever. Plus, I got the edge to get some folks that were out there walking. Cool. Koza, this is great. It took too long for Imager. Don't worry about it. Thanks, Hurricane Fiona, for pulling the clouds away so you can see your first rocket. It's cool to see them, isn't it? You know, that's like, you know, you see planes flying around, you're like, oh, that's cool. But then you see the rocket fly by, you're like, okay. 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 These are awesome. Koza, fantastic. Your niece did a good job. That's a great picture. Yeah. Guys, I couldn't believe it. I thought it might be able to see it through the trees, but it was clear as day like that, and I went, whoa. Whoa. I hope they keep doing these sunset launches. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. These launches are great. Speaking of that, when is the next Starlink here? I gotta consult my upper monitor now. Starlink Group 436 is net, so it says net September. We don't have a date for it just yet. But we do have Crew 5 launching at 12:45 p.m. on October 3rd. So that's next Monday. Or not Monday after next. Yeah. Cool. Those are the next Falcon 9s going out. Anyway. Guys, that was fun. Fellas, since you don't have a ton of time, end of season wrap up in the Hasterplan. This might seem like a little bit of an awkward request considering I haven't really streamed much today. But do you guys mind if I hang with Ludo for a little bit? And then maybe come back for some GTA racing? Pupper time approved? Yeah, it's PTO. Yeah, it's pupper time off, right? Dog before us. Wait, you got a dog? I'm dog sitting for the weekend, Hank. Yep. Is that green wall on the background? Stefan, it is. Yes. This is a green screen, yeah. All right, guys. So here's the plan. I'm going to be back in, I don't know, a couple hours. Say, I don't know. Let's give it, let's say 10. Let's say 10 for GTA racing, okay? And yeah, we'll have some GTA racing. It's pretty much the first GTA racing I've done here, so it should be good. I hope you guys enjoyed the launch coverage. I will be back in a little bit. I'm gonna play with my pupper friend. Here, chat. Here, look, ready? See him down there? Come on, camera. Oh, look at the pupper. Doodle. See what I mean? I can't. I gotta go hang with them. We gotta hang. We gotta go chill. We'll go Take him for a walk or something. See, he's just chilling next to me. He wants to hang out. We don't get to hang out that much. Since I moved, I don't get to see him too much. Still might wall chroming out, but whatever. We'll fix that later. So, guys, I'll be back. We're going to go hang. And, yeah, I'll be back at 10 for some GTA racing. I hope you enjoyed the launch coverage. Thank you very much for watching. And if GTA racing is not your thing, I hope you have a good weekend. I'll see you guys on either late Monday or on Tuesday. But I will be back for GTA in a little bit. So thanks for watching, everybody. Double launches today. That was awesome. That was really fun. Really fun. And I got to see it. I got to see my first launch from here. Pretty good. Have I tried teaching him rocket science? I'll try. So, see you guys in a couple hours. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.